everybody. It's Christine Bertram coming to you here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, live from the Hive. Today is Friday, November 4th, and that's crazy. I was just talking to a couple people about it differently today about how it's already the 11th month of the year. Where did the last 11 months go? And do we remember everything that has happened these last 11 months? Because they seem to fly by so fastly. So I was a little bit tardy. You guys, it's like a bit after 4. It's 9 after. I went to do all my normal stuff before doing the live, and I sat down about 10:02 to do that. And the cover photo, unfortunately, was too big. And so I waited to see if Kelly could figure out a way to make it the right size. And we gave it a good try, and it didn't work. So I'm a little bit tardy. Hi, Carissa. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jennifer and Carol and Shirley and Deb and Donna. Wow, Linda Hunt's here as well. Can't wait to make the candy cane cards. Yay. All right. So I see Sherry's here as well and Karen Karstay. So hi, Marsha Long and Ann Bellinger. So yes. So needless to say, there's always these steps that we go through to get everything lined up, right? All the stars have to align. And in this case, I've learned that I like to upload the card photo. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Sandy. I like to upload the cover photo before I go live, because then when you guys share the video, it shows the picture of the cards and not a picture of me, which is fine. But what I've heard is people like to hear the picture, or what I hear is people like to see the picture of the cards versus, a generic photo. So sadly, it'll get uploaded later tonight or updated later tonight, but sadly when we share it and post it in different Facebook groups, it'll be the picture of me wearing my yellow shirt, and that's why I was late, because I didn't realize the photo was bigger than it needed to be. So that's how that goes. Oh, wow. Yes, Deb, you are right. I wondered if I had technical difficulties. That's usually it, you guys. It's only been a few times that I've been this late. I remember one time I didn't have internet. Hi, Corinne Buvia. Hi, Sherry Martin. Yeah, one time I did not have internet. And I remember, it was weird. I didn't have house internet, but I had my data internet, so I could go live and do a little Facebook live sharing that the internet was down. But yeah, that happens, technical difficulties. And here I was supposed to be live at 5:30, but we moved it up. A week ago, we moved it up to 4 because Carissa and I are heading to a retreat this weekend in Boston. It's a one-day retreat tomorrow. And so right after class, I'm heading out. And instead of it being maybe 9 o'clock when I leave, hopefully I'll be able to leave maybe at 7 or 7:30. So we'll see. Hopefully. That's always the game plan, right? To get a little bit of a head start. So that's why we're a little bit early. But no problem. If you guys aren't at the beginning of this live and you're catching the replay, it's great that we have a replay. Always have a replay. You never have to ask me, is there a replay? Because there always is. And it's always in YouTube. So it's always in the Cards by Christine channel. And I know sometimes people have a hard time finding things, but all you have to do is search Cards by Christine and the name of the class, and it should come up for you guys. So what we're going to do is make one of each of the cards. So this is a Stamp-A-Stack, and so the people that registered for this class are going to be making 16 cards, not just 4, but 16, 4 of each card, and they all feature the candy canes. And I just realized that I'm going to actually be, so Gail is coming to class. Gail lets me use her cards as a guinea pig, right? Gail and Nancy let me usually do that, Diane from time to time, and so I have Gail's in front of me. And so Gail said, yep, you can go ahead and make one of mine, so it's a little bit easier on her on Sunday. So hi, Donna Simmer. So I've got an actual class in front of me. I don't have anything really set aside that's pre-done, so we're going with it. So this class is going to be in person on Sunday. I believe I have 14. I have 14 here on Sunday. I'm looking at my empty spots. I have 16 spots, but I have 14 spots already set out for people. So we have 14 here in person, and then we have 5 on Monday. You guys, I had 19 people sign up for this in person, and it was too much to accommodate in one day because I only have 16 spots to sit at. And so 5 people graciously said, yep, Monday will work, and they are coming Monday instead. So I have this class double whammy, today and then Monday and then Sunday. And so it's going to be a lot happening. So I'm going to grab my class sign-up sheets. We're going to do a little roll call. First, so I gotta figure out where I see them. I'm gonna flip the camera down so you guys can start studying the cards here. I'll set them out so you can start seeing. These are what we're gonna work on tonight. So let me go get the sign-up sheet. We're also gonna need a machine tonight. I got that behind me, and that's because I haven't done any prep work ahead. I didn't make my little online kits like I generally do because I'm using Gail's. Hi, Cheryl Thomas. Hi, Pam Gail from Wyoming. Woohoo! Love watching the classes. Yay! So you guys, this class is called Stamp-a-Stack because everybody's making 16 cards, and what you get with this class when you register, it's all full, guys. I don't have any left. Sandy Wicklander was the last one to claim a spot at this class. And so what you get with this class is a full pack of the designer paper. You get the full pack of envelopes. You get the red and green ribbon, and you get the seasonal sequins, and then 2 packs. So I have these 2 packs, and they're full with the mats, bases, extra die cut pieces to make the 16 cards. Oh, you guys, everybody's got to do this. We've got a spammer on the lurks here on the report. And we're going to do unwanted, there we go, report. Okay, you guys see what's happening? We've got a spammer. They want something girls chatting in your city, okay? So all you have to do is click on it, and you have to hit report. And I'm going to do that one. And you guys all should do that. What they say to do is report it so that as soon as a lot of people report it, then that puts that person off of our page or off of this commenting. So, oh, thanks, Deb Norman. It's going to be good. Hi, Penny Powell and Mary Lemke. Oh, Penny Pipes. Oh, I saw the Penny and the P. So Penny Pipes, hello, and Mary Lemke, hello. Glad you're here. So what you guys, if you get that spammer in your feed, just make sure to go ahead and report it. And as soon as everybody starts reporting it, then the person basically gets taken off of here and kicked out, so they can't keep reporting. So it's been happening from time to time. So what we have, you guys, this class is full. I think I have, wow, how many? So 40, 50, 56, 56, I think 56. 56 people is what in the end was what it came down to. And I was like, wow. So this class got kitted up last week, Thursday, you guys. It was the day that we did the mega kitting up. Not Thursday. It was actually Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Oh, I can't remember my days anymore. Tuesday. We did the Memories and More. We did this one and Wonderful World all in one day. And it was a blur. So in a good way, right? So we'll go through in my roll call. You guys, this is what I'm reading off of right now. So it's it just kept going and adding, and people kept adding. So it was a lot, you guys. So first on the list, we had Doris Munson, and then Holly Gentry, Sue Somerville, Donna Grushke, Helen Chase, and then we have Paula Bringman, Ruth Nicholson, Carolyn Ketchmark, Carissa Alberts, and she's splitting this with Kat Birch, Joanne Naples, and she's actually splitting this with Kathy Ballard, Karen Cotton, Laura Sullivan, Betty Pyle, Patsy Roberts, Cindy Runtree, Becky Gandolfo, Sandy Wicklander, Barbara Moynan, Debbie Brown, who's got a kit but she's working it with Marsha Dean, so they got it together, and hopefully they're going to sit together and work it at the same time. I can't wait to hear how it turns out for them. Leslie McMinn, Linda Hunt, Mary Lemke, Gwen Petrashek, Tammy Steckling, Latokia Trigg, Frances Rodriguez, and then we had Jeannie Parker, Chris Niebaum, Feline Mays, Stacy Ray, Bonnie Gravelin, Kate Reynolds, Shirley Malarkey, Cheryl Thomas, Suzanne Neild, Sue Spiegner, Jennifer Jones. It was a complete circle of where I could find spots. I should have just flipped the page over and started on the back side of the other side, but wow. I think all in all that was 37, and then 19 in person gives us 56. It was crazy to do this Stamp-a-Stack. Hi, Sherry Martin. You're calling me right now, and I'm going to decline it. So, and I not realized that I should turn my speaker off here on my phone, you guys. I forgot to do that. So that is done now. So we shouldn't have any more interruptions with the phone, my phone ringing for you guys. So yeah, I'm crazy, you guys. So when I did my last Christmas Stamp-a-Stack, I think last year, it might have been 30. So it's a lot to do a Stamp-a-Stack and to have 56 people. I think Artfully Layered was around the same. It was about 30 people or 36 people back in March or February when we did that. So just imagine if you have 56 people, each doing 4 of a card. So 56 times 4 is 224, right? 224. So Tammy Sokolik was amazing. She did all the die cutting for the majority of this class, and then Karen Beekle, Kelly's mom, did all the greenery stuff, so all the green stuff. So it was definitely a lot of die cutting. So when you think of it, like 224 of a white label, 224 of this glimmer leaf, 224 of this, 224 of this. Wow. And Rhonda Ayers did all of your embossing. So you guys, a round of applause to the helpers who got this stuff prepped, because I could not have delivered this class to you when I did if I had to do all this by myself. So, whew. And then Diane Bogenhagen was here with my mom and we kitted all this up and got it. My mom stayed till 8:30 last Tuesday night to get it shipped out so that it was out, because I went to Louisville basically on Thursday and had class Wednesday night, and it was crazy, you guys, in a good way, always in a good way. But thank you to all my helpers. You guys are amazing. And like yesterday, after I was done with my in-person class, 4 people stayed over to help me kit up some of the Lights Aglow that was still left to make it easier on my mom and I this morning. So it was awesome. So hi Laura Sullivan. So yes, it was amazing. And if they watch the lives, then we want them to know that we appreciate them. And yeah, so Tammy said it was Weast, because she did not only the Stamp-a-Stack candy cane stuff, but she also did the sweet class that I did in October, you guys. So wow. So big hugs to all those helpers. One thing that I want to remind you guys what we're going to do. Yeah, I have the monthly creative challenge names here, and I have the class card challenge. So the first was on Tuesday, you guys. So I pulled all the names, and I think I got everything consolidated good on here. And so we're gonna do the live random number generator drawing I noticed somebody had their name twice, so I'm just fixing that. And so we're gonna do that drawing, the class card challenge drawing as well. And we're also gonna do the YouTube drawing, you guys. So it was amazing. I think we're almost at 1,200 subscribers on YouTube. So we didn't quite get 1,500. So the original goal was 1,000, and we did that within a week and a half, you guys. It was so fast. And so I said if we got to 1,500, we'd not only give away one bundle, but we give away 2 bundles. And I had them listed in the cover photo, I believe. And so I have a list here, you guys. 89 people commented on that post. I just went to the post and found everybody who commented. If you commented somewhere else, I didn't look for it. I looked for it in the post because that was the rule, that you had to comment in the specific post that I had. You guys, almost 90, so 89 people. If I'd made sure to look out for that there weren't doubles in here. I know that a couple people had commented twice, and I caught that and took them out so that they were only in for the drawing once. But holy Moses, 89 people commented that either they subscribed or they had already been subscribed. And so you had to comment on that post to be able to get into this drawing. And so one person's going to win a bundle. Hi, Cindy Runtree. I think what I'll do is, because we did hit 1,200 basically by the end of October, so October 31st, I'll do a second place winner, and it'll be something else current from my stash of extra supplies that I have, because that's what happens. Oh, Sandy. Yes, good call. So you are the one that signed up basically well, I think I owe you and Carolyn Ketchmark the PDF. So in case Carolyn Ketchmark is watching, Carissa, you also signed up after. So I sent the PDF last week, Thursday, you guys. Hi, Cindy Brentry and Suzanne. I sent the PDF last Thursday night. So had you signed up if you were signed up by Thursday night, you were included in the PDF. And so I believe that Carolyn, Carissa, and Sandy, you guys need the PDF. So good call. I'll make a little note to make sure that I do that. But Carissa, I know she's watching, I think she's watching from the road. I'm not sure. But Carissa, you would have the PDF because you're on the team. And so you would have that in the file section. But I will also email it to all three of you so that you guys have it in your email. So email PDF. Good call. Thanks for asking for that, Sandy. Email PDF to 3 Stamp-A-Stack peeps. Okay, we'll do that. So yeah, and then, because that's what happens, you guys. If you sign up for a class after I send the original PDF to everybody, hi, Mary Schreiber, you have to help keep me on my A game, right? It takes an army to raise this village, right? And so it's not that I don't want to send you the PDF. I just have to remember to send you the PDF. And so I usually go back through my notes and I put little tick marks on who has it and who doesn't. And so yes, I need to do that for you, 3 that signed up after the fact. So all right, so good call on that. So after the live, you guys, we're going to do the drawing for the monthly creative challenge, the class card challenge, and the YouTube subscribers. And the other thing is the newsletter. So I usually write a newsletter and I publish it after the drawing for these winners is done so that they can be included in the newsletter. And so just know that I'll be working on that. Hi, Stacy Burns. Happy Friday to you too. I'll be working on the newsletter over the weekend. And my goal is to have it out probably, what is Sunday, Monday-ish, right? So just to have it on your radar that a newsletter will be coming. If you're not in my community of people who get emails from me, all you have to do is go to my website, cardsbychrisb.com. Your happy mail will be there tomorrow. Perfect. I think I mailed that out to you. I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday, but it was basically whatever night you asked for it, it went out the next day. Hi, Betty Pyle. So watch for the newsletter. I don't remember exactly what I was talking. Yeah. So, emails. So in case you're not getting emails from me and you want to, go to cardsbychrisb.com and there's this little section where you can put your email address in there and you can get signed up to get my emails. And that's when I send out about my classes and sales and different things that are happening. And so you can all sign up to get that by going to my website. So I was having this conversation with somebody last week too. My website is not cardsbychristine.com. Somebody else had that and I couldn't get it. And so I reverted back to, people know me for a lot of my life as Chris. So my first initial of my last name is B. And so that's why my website is cardsbychrisb.com because nobody had that. So hi, Judy Immel. So there's a PDF that we keep talking about. And this is not the cover pages in here, but this is just the page that includes the how my tutorials look. The first page has an introduction and the supplies that are needed. And then what happens is each card is listed here. And I always have the cutting and the scoring and then the instructions. And then all of the 4 cards are in this tutorial. And this tutorial, in case you didn't get this class from me, but you would like a written copy of this, I do sell the majority of my tutorials. I sell every tutorial that I create. I only put the ones in my online store that are 4 cards or more. So I don't put Let's Just Stamp and I don't put monthly in there, but those are always available just outside the system. I have to create a collage and create the product numbers, and it's a lot of work to do it. It's just know though that like any 4-card class or more than 4 cards is always a tutorial that's in my online store. And you can either purchase it via my online store, or if you want to pay me outside the system with like Venmo or Cash App or Zelle or Facebook Pay or PayPal Friends and Family, and you want to save the convenience fee, you can always take $1 off of the tutorial. So just a heads up that that's always an option for people. So yes, Cindy Rentry, you'll have to check if you got the tutorial. I'm trying to think when you signed up for class. You signed up, you were number 6, so you should have the PDF tutorial. I know that Suzanne Neild was looking for it, and She did find it in the interim of messaging me that she needed it, and then an hour later she messaged me that she had it, and so I was like, yay, thumbs up to that when you guys find it, because it's generally there, right? So I mean, I know that sometimes people have had issues with their emails and receiving emails, but it's like I can send it 3 times, but I don't know where it goes all those 3 times. Oh, thanks, Deborah, about my rankings for top achievers. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, we were live on Tuesday for the Memories and More class, and my upline, Kelly Atchison, had messaged me and said where I was at in my rankings, and I'm like, holy Moses! I was blown away. So it was super cool. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to flip the camera this way. Tracy Sword and Kelly Atchison, I'm going to flip. There, you guys can see on the counter. I should put them behind me, but they were right there. They both sent me bouquets of flowers, and they're fall inspired, and they're so pretty. I should have them sitting right behind me. I meant to put them on display back there. But it was a little bit crazy. You guys, I literally got back from the post office at like 3:45. You guys, so those that signed up for Lights Aglow, just know that those cards are in the mail as of right now. If you still need to sign up, I still have about 25 kits left from that class, maybe 20. So it's not too late to sign up for Lights Aglow. I have plenty left. So it's so awesome to have you here with me too, Deborah. Yay. All right. So yes, Carissa is listening and driving. Yay. Jennifer Jones didn't get the PDF either. So Jennifer, you've had issues though. So you're one that I emailed a different PDF to you 3 times, and I don't know why you didn't get it. So what happens when I email it via, hi everybody, thanks for taking this class with me, and I do a mass email, Jennifer wasn't getting it. But when I added the PDF to the email replying to her email, she got it. I can't do that every time. So I don't know what happens or what we need to do to figure it out, because that's very ad hoc, like one by one, and not very efficient. So we got to figure out, Jennifer, why you're not getting, the PDFs. But I will add you, Jennifer, to it, and I will send it when I send to the other 3 gals that we talked about, but I added you to the list. So yeah, and Jennifer, another side note for you. So Jennifer asked me, and this is a great question. So when people join my team, the Be Happy Stampers, they have access to a Facebook group that is called Be Happy Stampers. So only if you're in my team, the Be Happy Stampers, is when you have access to that group. And there's a section in there called Files. And that Files section contains every tutorial that I've ever written. And that's always been for only online classes, which almost every class that I do in person, I do online. There's only 2 that I don't, and that is bingo and card buffet. Those are the only 2 that I do in person, so I don't write tutorials for them because I don't do an online class, because they make their cards with me in person. So with that, Jennifer, you were asking about where do you access my tutorials? So that is where they are housed, is in Facebook. She asked about, and this is great, so if you're on my team, and I have 85-ish people on the team, so this kind of applies to a lot of people that are listening, because there's quite a few of you who are on the team. Just know that what Jennifer also asked about was in my website, thecardsbychrisby.com, there is a link there for team page. It has never been set up. We were focusing on getting the core of the website set up with events and with the blog and with the billing, and we did not get to the point of setting up a team page within my website. And so it's on my radar. It's a goal of mine to turn that on and get a password, and to ultimately add all of the tutorials to my website. Because if something ever happens and goes haywire with Facebook, then wow, what do we got to do? So I'm more, it's in the radar. It's not a short-term goal. It's a more of a medium to long-term goal to get that, because we have something that works, and it's so that is one of the perks of joining the Be Happy Stampers, is that you have access to all the tutorials that I've ever written. So if you join tomorrow, you can go back to March of 2020 basically and get every tutorial that's in the file section. So Jennifer, I hope that answers your question, and I answered it live so that all the other Be Happy Stampers could hear that as well. So yes, so Cindy Runtree, we worked through Jennifer, I was looking at Jennifer's comment that she looked in 4 different places. Hi, Chris Nebon from Iowa. Oh yeah, you're very welcome, Jennifer. So Cindy Runtree was a perfect example of what is going on. She was getting tutorials from me for the classes she was getting, and then all of a sudden one day they stopped. And what she wrote in here, she had to contact her email provider, and they did something and fixed the problem. So it was something on that end, which is not good. So Chris Niebaum, you were one that was included in the email because when you signed up, you were before Thursday. So what's funny is I go into the sent of the email. I go to my email that you guys, I send it, and I see your email address there, and so I know I sent it. So Chris, that's another one. I always tell people to check your spam. I'm not sure what happened with Suzanne. She said she couldn't find it, and then all of a sudden she found it. So I don't know where you guys look to find it, but I would recommend, the name of the class is called Sweetest Christmas Stamp-a-Stack with Cards by Christine. If you do a search for that, hopefully you can find it. So hi Hildy. So I challenge Chris to look again. Not sure why you wouldn't have gotten it, but it's so crazy, you guys. Sometimes file size makes a difference, that your email provider doesn't allow you to get files in that are over a certain size. And there's nothing I can do on my end to fix that or change that. So that might be what you need to do, is contact your email provider and find out, settings on it are important too, because I could send it to you 10 times, but you're not going to get it 10 times because of the sizing of it. So yeah, so there's always these little issues and nuances, and I've been wrapping my head around, you guys, how I could make it so that maybe I send you a link, like via a Google link, that I upload the document into a drive and then share that link with you versus sharing a file with you, and then you just open up the link. So I am toying around with things to do that I can make things a little bit more efficient and streamlined. And so just know that I am trying to figure some of that stuff out so that you guys don't have to get a PDF from me. Hi, Doris. I always in the bottom of the email. Yes. Yeah. So that's another point Doris made here, that you guys all have your emails that are different. Sometimes you get a little paper clip. Sometimes it's at the bottom of your email. Sometimes it's embedded with 3 little dots that says there's an attachment. I have no clue how your email works, but somebody sent me a picture of what the email looked like. I'm like, well, it's the paper clip. You need to click on the paper clip. It's right there. Click on the paper clip. And then all of a sudden they click on the paper clip and the PDF opens up and it's like, oh, so yeah, you guys. So technology is not always easy. And I understand that. I get that. So you just got to hunt and search a little bit and play with it before telling me I don't have it, because I would say 9 times out of 10, it's always there. So, oh, thanks, Deb Norman. She said the Be Happy Stampers are the best if you are thinking of joining. Yay! So, okay. Yeah, and I'm so excited. We have 24 people, including myself, going to On Stage in Indianapolis. We leave on a bus next Friday. At this time next week, we will have just gotten to the hotel. We have 49 people riding down together on a bus that I chartered. And they're all from Minnesota and Wisconsin, basically. And we are going to play games. We're going to put movies on. We're going to have prize patrol on the bus, and we are going to get to the hotel, and then it's just going to be amazing. The bus is going to drop us off in downtown Indy, right at the convention center. So all these lovely ladies just get to walk right off the bus and walk right into the event and not have to worry about anything. And then we have a shoebox swap planned for Saturday night. And so the bus brings us back, and then the bus on Sunday morning will take us home. And I've scheduled stuff like stops like Mars Cheese Castle, Albanese Candy, Popcorn World. We're going to go to Portillo's for lunch, Fair Oaks Dairy for lunch the other day. And so you guys, it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for this trip. And I still have 4 spots open on the bus. So in case anybody doesn't want to drive down to Indianapolis and they're in the Wisconsin area, even Hudson. So I've got 2 gals coming over from the Hudson area near the Minnesota-Wisconsin border. They're driving over together, staying in Oshkosh Thursday night, and then hopping on the bus Friday morning. So you guys, it's going to be epic. So cannot wait. But we have 24 from the Be Happy Stampers going, and I have team shirts. We made them yesterday morning, Kelly and I did, and long sleeve yellow. So if you're in Indy and you see a long sleeve yellow t-shirt, just know that's my team, and go up to them and say hi. And I'd love to meet you if you can, if we can connect. I have a list of, I have my list right here actually. As you guys were telling me you're going to be in Indy, I know I have Janice Kaufman, Ruth Nicholson, and Randy Schultz. They've all reached out to me and said, hey, we're going to be in Indy too. Let's get a picture. So I'm going to try to figure out at like over the lunch hour. If anybody wants a group picture with us, we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be the Cards by Christine community of stampers that we're gonna do a group picture. So yay! So Mary Limke loves Portillo's. Yes. Okay. Good. So that came highly recommended by the guy at Albanese Candy. So you guys, I did this little mini trip last weekend. So I did go away last weekend for 4 days. We stopped at every place, got everything planned out. I kind of like did the trip before doing the trip so that it would go through, it would go off without a hitch next weekend. And so that's what I did. I snuck away to do that last week. Didn't tell many people I was leaving because I didn't want to make a big deal of it because we had just left to go to Maryland, right? So we did leave. We went to Louisville. It was a good trip. And we stopped in all the stops up to Indiana, even the downtown where the convention center was, because the FFA students were having their convention, and my little niece, I shouldn't say little, my niece who's like 14 was there, and we were trying to hook up with her to have a picture because my brother and I are her godparents, and so we were trying to get a picture with her down in Indiana, and we couldn't connect, but anyways, we got to do the trip ahead of the trip, so yay. But Portillo's, Mary Lemke, that was what came recommended, and that's where we're gonna have lunch on Sunday on the way home, so yay. Okay, you guys, so Albanese is awesome. Yes, we stopped there, and my brother and I, we got candy for my grandma, for my mom, for my dad, I brought Tyler back 20 pounds of gummy candies. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done it, but 10 pounds of sour and 10 pounds of regular gummy bears. And he's like, what are you trying to put some weight on me? I'm like, well, you're getting kind of skinny, I guess so, but not really. But he loves gummy stuff, so I thought that would be right up his alley. So all good. So you guys, I want to show you this too before I get going. So this came in the mail for us. It's hard to see it, but it says Operation Underground Railroad. And where they started, if you don't like hot dogs, get the beef or a cheeseburger. Yeah, so I saw the menu, and the menu is very versatile. So you don't have to get hot dogs if you're going with us. Like, it's Portillo's hot dogs, I guess, but they have a full menu. So I got this in the mail actually today, you guys. And so this is the organization we chose to do for our card benefit back in October on World Card Making Day. I went to the movie last night. It was great. I shouldn't say it was great. It was eye-opening. I mean, I knew some of the stuff, but just awareness, you guys, is what it comes down to. Thank you very much for the generous donation that you made to Operation Underground Railroad recently. We couldn't do this work without donors like you. We hope you will continue to fight against human trafficking. Sincerely, our team. And so the documentary that we watched last night was about an hour and a half, and it was regarding Operation Underground Railroad and examples of what's happening. So the movie documentary was called It's Happening Right Here, because generally you think, well, human trafficking, sex trafficking is not happening here. In my little city, no, it can't be. No, it can't be. And they basically went out to the smallest city that you could find and showed that that it's happening right there, and they actually arrested 40 people for eliciting minors and trying to do it, right? Like, so it's here. It's happening everywhere. And so the biggest thing that I got out of it is the worst thing you can do for your child or your grandchild is let them be alone in their room with a piece of technology unsupervised, playing on their Xbox or playing on the internet with an Instagram or Facebook or anything, because when they start to comment and say, I had a bad day or the life sucks or something negative, people are watching that. These pedophiles, these people that are trying to traffic children, they're watching for kids to make those comments. So they have fake accounts and they're watching these kids. They befriend them, and then all of a sudden your child or your grandchild starts talking and communicating, and somebody's listening to them, and they befriend that person and gain trust with your child or grandchild. And then all of a sudden your child or grandchild starts to believe them and wants to, do things with them, and not listen to you as the adult, and you're the bad person because you're the parent, right? So it kind of like they turn your kids against you, and they get sucked into this, and then all of a sudden they'll start sending pictures to this person, and they're in a fake romance or relationship with this person, and all of a sudden they get sucked into this world, and it starts that easily, right? Because kids, young kids, children these days, all they want are love and attention, and they want it from their parents, right? And they want it from their family, and they don't get that. And so, hi Sharon Land. So that is where it starts. And so it's not at the mall with the creeper on the corner, like hanging out on the corner, right? It's your technology that you have your kids or your grandkids using every day, and they're being stalked all the time. So that's how it happens. It's so easy, and it happens right underneath your nose, and you don't even know it. So it was just more of awareness. There is a hotline that parents, there's a program they put together to help bring awareness to anybody that wants to care about children, either yours, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, children in general. And they sent that link to me. So if anybody's interested in wanting to have that training or get that link, just reach out to me and I'll forward it to you. So I didn't mean to go on and on about that, you guys, but again, since I watched the movie and that card came in the mail yesterday, it all kind of like clicked and went together. So just being observant and aware and being there for your kids is the most important thing. So not get them caught up in that crazy nonsense. So, all right, you guys. Whew. We have Stamp-A-Stack. So now that we've gone for a half hour, you guys, we're gonna make some cards, right? And if you're wondering too about the kitties are doing amazing, you guys. Oh man, I gotta show you a picture, you guys. Hopefully you don't mind some kitty pictures, but here is a picture of the kitties. This is today, in the bowl, but there's Honey. We named him, you guys. Last night we came up with a name. It was amazing. His name is Tigger. He's like a tiger, and so Honey, very Winnie the Pooh-ish. And Kelly Lamb, my cousin who helps me with everything, loves Winnie the Pooh. So I can't wait to tell her we named him Tigger. Hi, Catherine Healy. So they are super cute and adorable, and they love to climb up your leg because they want to be held. And so I feel like I need to find myself a pair of chaps that are like carpet. So then when I crawl up my leg, they don't scratch up my leg because my leg is scratched up. And you guys, you'll see scratches on my hand because they love to play. So I don't know, Catherine, why you said never mind, but I hope everything's good. But happy Friday to you too. So because you guys, this is a class where you get the designer series paper as a full pack, we as a group are going to cut it together just so that you know what it's all about. So I generally, when you get a class from me that isn't product based, it includes all the cut cardstock or designer series paper. Everything is cut to size. The ribbon is embellished. You get little embellishments. But when I do an ink, paper, scissors or a product based class like we did Wonderful World on Wednesday or like Stamp-A-Stack, then we cut the paper as a group together because some people are newer to stamping and they don't necessarily know what it's all about to cut paper. And so it's important that we do this. And even if you are, Deborah says they are adorable. They are. They're like little handballs. I love it. Just want to gilly goo on them. Hi, Nicole Herrick. No, we never. Oh, so Catherine, I get it now. You said, no, we never mind kitty pictures. Perfect. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm like, sometimes I don't necessarily always know what is going on with comments because I'm a little bit further ahead. Hi, Julie Hilsman. Happy Friday, Sue Spiegner. So you guys, this first piece of paper right here, it involves your candy canes. So when you get a pack of designer paper, there's 2 sheets. Like when it's a full pack like this, 12 by 12, you generally get 2 sheets and they're double-sided. So when Chris and I design these cards, we design them in a way that each of the candy canes is used. And what I mean by each of the candy canes is there was one candy cane that was more green. There was one that was red and green. There's one that looks like cotton candy, like with the light pink and blue. And then there's a red one. Okay, so there's 4 cards, each using those color patterns. And when you have your candy canes here, you get 16 right here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, actually 17. So what you need from this sheet, you will need and I'm for right now and just gonna cut out one of each of them because this is for Gail. I'm putting together her first set of 4 cards, so she's got it good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when she comes on Monday, she's only got 3 left to put together, and I know she will appreciate that. So I'm only gonna concentrate on these right now. And these 2 face this way, and these 2 face this way. But then when you get here to this one, these face opposite. So it works out But what happens is, like in this case, you're gonna have a candy cane facing this way, and on another card, you're gonna have the candy cane facing this way. And what I would do is I would put the circle and everything over here. So that's what you gotta kind of keep in mind here, that like this candy cane faces this way, but the next one faces this way. So you kind of like have to upside down like or reverse mirror image things. And we did this in the Sweetest Christmas card class last month. Same thing will happen with this one. We will end up reversing it. And so this I would put over here, this is the same, but then I would put the circle on this side with the candy cane going this way. So you got to keep that in mind, that the candy canes are in fact facing different directions. And you might have cut all your candy canes out ahead. I know that a few people that are coming in person on Sunday already picked up their paper and they are cutting ahead of time. So we won't worry about the candy cane. Well, for right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these apart. I am going to die cut these with you because I pulled out my machine as I went and got the sign-up sheet. There are dies that go with these. Now, if you don't have these dies, they are very, very easy to fussy cut, okay? So there are a lot of straight lines. So no problem if you need to fussy cut them, but we will, as a group, we will die cut them in a moment in time. So let's see what we need here. So you guys like the adorable kitties, yay. Okay, so we will need this pattern right here. This is on 2 of the cards. And let's see, we need the green stripe. I'm just gonna pull out all the pieces that we need here. So we need this green one. And if you guys wanna mix and match this at all, you have a full pack of paper. You can mix and match this paper if you wanna think outside the box and not do the exact patterns that Chris and I did, no problem. Like if you wanna use this red polka dot one here instead and like end up using both of the patterns, you can. But we have this green one right here. I feel like that's back here. And then there's this, this one right here we need. So this one is on, let's see here. Let's move this over a hair. So, you little guy, stay there. So we need the red, the green, the red. I think, is there one more piece left in here? Let's see, the candy canes, yep. So we tried to use each of the sheets so that you are cutting into each one of them. Like this one goes on this card over here. So that each pattern, all pattern from each page got utilized. So all of this is extra, I think. Well, I'll know when I go to cut, but I'm pretty sure that you'll have plenty left over to make more cards with this product. So let's see what we have. Let's start with this one. So this is actually card number 1. All right, so we only need these 2 pages. And when we look at this is what we did for Mystery Card Night a couple months ago. And so I just love it. It gives it character having these triangle patterns like this. And so what happens on this is we need 4 cards, right? So 4 cards, but you mix and match. So you have a whole sheet of 4, red, but you only use 2 triangles. On the next card, you'll use the other 2 triangles. So you still need 4 DSP mats, but 2 are going to be green and 2 are going to be red. And they're 5 by 3 3/4. So what we're going to do is cut 2 reds, and this is very like wavy. It's really weird looking at it. It's like almost dizzying. So we're going to cut this so let's move this like this. We're going to cut this at 5 by 3 3/4. And we need 2 of them. And I'm looking ahead to see here what we have here. So 5, and we need 2, but then I have this piece. Oh, and that is actually 5 as well. So that's good. So we're gonna cut this first one at 5. And, so 5. And we need 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. So 2 of them. So now we turn it this way, and we cut it at 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. So these 2 will go for this one. Oh, I cut the wrong one. Well, no problem, you guys. You're probably like, what is she doing? Okay, no problem whatsoever. Just like reverse everything I just did because I meant for that to be here, but that's the other red pattern. So one moment, please. We can actually, that's not the same size. Hang on. What is that? Oh, that's 5 and an 8. Okay. It's okay. What size is this one? Can we use that on here? Oh, it's just, oh, that'll work on here. Okay, so I think we're okay because I can use, so yes, I cut these bad, but look at this. They're what we can use for right down here. So that'll be perfect. So if you haven't cut yet, don't cut yet, right? Let's just set this off to the side. You guys, just let's reverse everything we just did and pretend that we didn't do that, okay? We're gonna start with this one instead. So we're gonna do this again. 5 by 3 3/4, okay? So 5, 5, 3 3/4. Those patterns look so similar that I didn't even catch that until I said it right next to it. So 3 3/4. Okay, we're back on track. My finger caught all my washi tapes. Okay, so here's our 5 by 3 3/4. And then we need the red pattern, which is right here. This is the red one. So let's put that in here. And let's get our 5 by 3 3/4. So, and then flip it this way. And then we're gonna flip it, or we're gonna cut one more. So we needed 4 of these mats. And when we cut these diagonally, we're going to mix and match them. And we'll cut the diagonal maybe when we go to make the card. So, but for now you need these 4 at 5 by 3 3/4, and they go with this card here. Okay, so let's get back here. So now this one right here is the stripes, and I'm thinking that's the back side. I should grab the tutorial, you guys. I wrote a tutorial. I should look at it for the measurements so that we have them. So this DSP is 5 1/8 by 1 1/4 and 5 1/8 by 3. So let's grab this right here. So this is perfect. So what we're gonna do is cut it at 5 1/8 by 3. And because this is 12 inches, it's gonna give us our 4 mats perfectly. So cut it at 5 1/8. You could use that for something else, definitely. So let's do this. They do look different. I get it, they look different, but at first glance, they looked this, like in my head, they looked similar. So, all right. And it would have worked too. So I'm just cutting these at 3 now, you guys. So we've got 5 1/8 by 3, but we're cutting 4 of them, right? Because we're making 4 cards. So that's this one here. And now back to this one. So I think we might be done with that for now. We need to go back to this one. And let's see here. I don't believe that was 5 1/8. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we need to get a 5 1/8 by 1 1/4, and it's this one right here. So I'm actually gonna cut it and use this section because I know I can get 4 of them that way. So we're gonna do 5 1/8 here. Okay, that's extra. Flip it this way, and now 1 1/4. So I know 1 1/4 and 2 is 4 1/2. So what I like to do, 1 1/4 times 2 is 2 1/2, right? 2 1/2 times 2 is 5. You guys, this is how my brain works sometimes. So I think instead of cutting 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 and 1 1/4, what I do is I get it at 5 and then I cut off. And this might not work for people, but I cut off 1 1/4. And then I go to 2 1/2. And I work sometimes backwards. If you're not a math person, that might be hard to do. And you might just cut them at 1 1/4. But now I had my 4 strips and I just didn't have to pick it up and put it at 1 1/4. Sometimes when you cut with the numbers underneath this bar, it's hard to get them lined up every time. So by working your way in, that just for me is more efficient. So you have your 4 strips here, and that is for that card. So we have this pattern over here as well. And if we go to our measurements here for this one, the designer paper says 5 1/8, I believe, by 1 3/4. So let's cut our 5 1/8. Let's see how long this is. I think it's 6. It's actually, I want to just see which, so I like to make sure, because I need 1 3/4, right? So I want to see which way it makes best sense to cut this. 1 3/4 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 1 3/4. I will have enough lengthwise to do it. So what I'm going to do is cut 5 1/8 this way. And I know that 1 3/4 and 1 3/4 is 3 1/2, right? So I'm going to cut this at 3 1/2 and 1 3/4. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this at, oh, it was 7 inches. Wow. Okay. So, and now 1 3/4. So ultimately, you guys are just cutting 5 1/8 by 1 3/4 and cutting 4 of them for this bottom part here. Okay. So you've got some pieces left here. They're scraps, no problem. Then there's this green stripy piece. So if we look at your tutorial for the measurements, it says it's 5 by 1 1/4. So what I'm going to do is cut it at 5 and 1 1/4, and 1 1/4 is 2 1/2. So here's my thing again. Like, you could cut 1 1/4 and then bring it in 1 1/4, but I know that 1 1/4 times 5, or times 4 is 5. So then I can go like this, 2 1/2, and I can hold the paper where otherwise it's underneath this bar and you can't always hold it nicely. So that is what you need. So it is 5 by 1 1/4, and that's for this background section right there. So this one, you have your designer paper done. And we have one left to do here, and it is this card. That card is number 2 here. Oh, I see a bullet point up there. All right, so this DSP is 5 1/8 by 2. So we're gonna do, I don't know if this is 5 1/8. No, this one was 5. So we're gonna cut this one at 5 1/8. You could use, oh, you guys, I just did it again. The greens and the reds are confusing me. Okay, let's just see how tall this guy was. I don't think he's big enough. Okay, so 5 1/8. We got this, you guys. 5 1/8. Cutting paper is hard, I'll tell you. Okay, by 2, right? So I'm gonna do, here's me working backwards again, right? Because then I can hold the paper. So that gave me, apparently I don't cut with those right there. Okay, so that was 3, and then now I need 1 more. All right, so you have your 4 pieces that are 5 1/8 by 2 inches. And we just need that candy cane piece yet. All right, so let's put these guys over here. We need that little guy. So if we look on here, our DSP, a good save, right? I love it. 3 7/8 by 1 1/2. So the other way you could cut things, you guys, just putting it out here, like if you don't want to cut a whole section off and have that scrap, and you might be able to use this like an L. So this is 3 7/8 by 1 1/2. Okay, so this is how I might think on this. 1 1/2 times 4 is 6, right? So I could go to the 6-inch mark, and there is a ruler on here, and I could go to about 3 7/8. And then what I will do is at 3 7/8, cut this way. And now I've only just taken a section out, and I've left it that I could have a, like, use of this paper like lengthwise each way, right? So now that it's 3 7/8, I need my 1 1/2. So 6 minus 1 1/2 is 4 1/2. Minus 1 1/2 is 3. And then minus another 1 1/2 is 1 1/2. So that gives us the 4 candy cane pieces that go across this way. And that's cutting paper at its finest. Different ways to show you how to cut things. And you should have, so these were the sheets, all right, that were left. And you've got enough left over to reproduce exactly as is. Stampin' teaches you good math and how to read a ruler. Yes, you got it. And not everybody knows how to do that, that read the ruler. That is hard for people. I will admit that. So this is now extra, you guys. You should have that pack of paper. I'm going to put this all back in here so that it is good to go for Gail. And what's left then, we do have some minor cutting on this card right here. So what we need to do on this, and I did this was a class that we did too. It was part of the Abigail, I'm trying to remember what class it was. How to do this is you line up your little corner where it cuts, and you line up that corner where it cuts. And the trick, we did a Tip Tuesday on this, you don't start your trimmer above the point and then go down. What you want to do is start it part way here, go up, and then go down. And I'm not going to cut all the way to the end because that helps me have it's held together on this one side. And what I'm going to do is go to the corner and then go to corner. And again, I'm not going to start at the top. I'm going to start a section down, go up, and then now I can go down without crushing that point. And what happens is they're stuck together here yet. So you just take your snips and you trim it. And so now you've got one mat cut, and you're going to use these two for a card, and then you're going to save these two for the next card, and then you're going to take your green one. So you can do this with using just one mat, but we really liked having the red and the green combination together to make it very extra Christmassy for you. So let that lined up, and now cut all the way. And then you're going to take your paper snips and then, whoa, throw it at your arm and do that. And now these two are going to get married up with that one. And then these will get married up over here. And now we've just mixed and matched. And now this will be ready for Gail for her cards when she comes on Monday. So, and we'll cut the rest of that for her later. So what do you guys have here now? In this card pack, you have two sets of cards, and on this one you have two sets of cards as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out what we're going to put together tonight. So you're going to need one of these bases. You need one white, one of these, okay, and then you're going to grab one of the down here, we got this guy right here, and you need this one, and I'm going to put these in. So like if you're doing this with me tonight, just grab out we're going to make one card. You need one green leaf, and you need one of these stitched things. Okay, so what's left then, what I'm going to do is just set this back here, and then we're going to grab the next card, and so this red base, and then you have the embossed piece, and you have a white inside. You can go here, and then you have this green mat, which goes with this green piece. You have the crossways one, which goes with the candy canes. You have a red circle, a white circle, your greenery, and a little label. And then these can go with this. And what we'll do is do our very best to get this back in here. Whoa. See, this was definitely a two-person job. Diane held the sides together while I slipped the plastic on. It was a lot to fit that in there. Okay, so we're going to make this tonight together. And then this one, what we're going to do, same thing, grab out one base. And let's start from the bottom here. Oh, there's stuff in here. So you need this white, and then what happens is the green goes on there. You'll need one of those guys, a circle, one of these white things. You'll need this red, one of the reds here. Okay, so that red goes with this, the green, in which that goes, and then you need one of these pieces and a little label. So this label goes with the potted succulents dies, as well as this label, the one right here, that's potted succulents. We pulled that in. All right, and then you need to have for your, this is your pocket card, so this is your inside. And then what we'll do is put all of this, and this was needing to go here. Okay, and then we'll grab the last card. I think we've got this right. We'll find out in a little bit. So this one, and this one has a white inside. It has a white top. It has these pieces. And then it has, this is from that candy cane set, and then a circle. And then it has greenery, but that greenery is in the first card. So now what we'll do is we'll set this stuff in here and get that back here so that Gail can have that on Monday. Again, it's a lot of finagling to get that in there. All right, so there's that. So if you're wanting to work on all these at the same time and you have enough space, I would lay all this stuff out in front of you so it's easy to go. All right, so we're gonna make these 4 cards tonight, and we're gonna start with this blue one down here, actually. I know it's not card number 1, I'm sure it's not, but what we're gonna do before we do that, we're gonna get our candy canes prepped. So this is something you guys also have to do, is cut out your candy canes. So let's get the dies. So they're in your candy canes dies. Hi, Latokia. Oh, you betcha. So you're gonna need your our two candy canes dies in this set, and you'll need to grab them out. And because there are 2, you'll be able to cut 2 at the same time. So we're gonna pull the machine in here and show you a little bit. I don't generally cut with you guys a lot. So here's me doing a little cutting. So I'm gonna grab a piece of washi tape. You guys, my plates are loved. They work perfectly fine, but they are definitely loved. So they still work. And what we're gonna do is, I still like to use the tape just because I don't want to risk it wiggling. Oh, it was mystery card night. Yeah, you betcha. That's where we did that card. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of tape on here, and then we're gonna grab the other. And because I chose the candy canes that there's 2 of one and 2 of the other, we only have to make 2 passes for class tonight. So we're gonna do these, and I always eyeball them to make sure that they don't wiggle around in here, right? Because that does happen. And we're gonna go like that. You guys, I even use cracked plates. I'll be honest with you, look at these. That has a crack in it. This has 2 cracks in it, but does it still die cut? You better believe it. So just because you have cracks in your plates doesn't mean you can't use them, because they cut out perfectly fine. So then what we're gonna do is grab this guy, and he'll go, and then this one cut perfectly fine. I just don't put my dies where the crack is, right? Well, you want to avoid the crack. And then we'll put this one on here. Now you guys can appreciate. I did not cut, like when I did the sweet class with you guys, like I just had helpers that we just cut out the candy canes, like just, you know, separated them basically. And so you can appreciate here when I have helpers that help do all the die cutting, that it takes time to run that through. And you know, 224 does not happen by itself. All right, so I got these done. And so if you guys are doing this class with me in person, I know you might die cut or cut out your little guys ahead of time, which would be perfect. Otherwise, my machine will be set up for everybody to use in person. And I even had Gail brought her set of dies along. So we've got 2 sets to work with, which is good. Okay, so we have here the purpley, or this one is the cotton candy one-ish that I say. And then this one is the red one. So we're gonna put that in there. That red one is the red and green. And then the green one is this one. So yay. All right. How are you guys doing? Is that all making sense? I have Sizzix. My plates warp and don't stay so flat as yours. So I'll be honest, Latokia, my plates get warped. I had 11 plates that were warped like crazy, and Stampin' Up! Sent me new ones because it happened after like 3 months. And so they are good about that. So sorry to bother you, but did you email the PDF? If so, did not receive it. Ruth, I did email it. I sure did. And I can double check that I sent it to you. So it's possible that the PDF was a large size. But I know Jennifer and Chris also said that they didn't see it, but I almost am positive. So I can send it again, but just know if I send it again, you might not get it again. So I take this is exactly what I do. When you guys, when you ask if I sent the PDF, what I always do is I go to my sent box, right? Oops, that's not what I wanted. But I go to Sweetest Christmas stamp, and I look, honestly, this is what I do. I go here to when I sent it, and last week was what was last week? The 29th. And so this is exact. So Ruth and Chris and Jennifer, you're all watching right now. So this is for you. You guys took this class, and I'm going to show you exactly what I check just to make sure if I sent it. And so I'll go in here to my sent box, October 27th, and I check this, and I go through here and I look to see if your name is in here. And like Chris Niebaum, I got you in here, Chris Niebaum. And then Jennifer Jones, you might be one that I did actually miss. And then Ruth Nicholson, you're watching right now. I'll look here to see if your name is in here. And if it's not, then definitely I missed sending it to you. But it's so weird. But I'll go through this whole list. And you guys, I did roll call, so you know all who's in here. But Crystal, you're one that is actually in here. And so Ruth, I might have missed sending it to you. So that is something that you guys, I do not ever hesitate sending it to you again if you can't find it. Oh, Ruth, guess what? I looked at my list. You are also one that, you were number 34 out of 37 that signed up. So Ruth, I'm thinking that you signed up after I sent the original PDF. So you would make sense too. You're part of the group with Carissa and Sandy and Carolyn. So yes, Ruth, you weren't on that list because you were like the fourth last one to sign up, and you signed up after I sent the PDF. So that makes sense to me. Yay. So we figured you out. But Chris Niebaum, you were in there. So Julie Hilsman is asking, can she get the PDF? So yes, Julie, I will be putting this PDF in my online store by tomorrow. If I have time to do it right after this class, I'll do it, but otherwise it'll be tomorrow. And you can just purchase it in my online store, or if you want to save $1 and send me money outside of my system. So there's a convenience fee if you guys use a credit card. So like anywhere you go, sometimes you get cash discount, right? If you pay in cash, because we avoid having to pay credit card fees, right? So if you want to pay outside of my system, I'm not trying to like not declare my money, right? I'm just trying to give you guys $1 off if you want to save some money by using a cash option, which would be like PayPal Friends and Family or Zelle or Venmo, and it's always an option. So just know that that's always an option too. So yeah, Donna Simmer said try flipping the plates, and we do that too. We flip the plates until they reach the point of no return, and then then we just keep using them the same way. So yeah, Ruth, I'll send that out to you, no problem. So Chris Niebaum, I sent it the 20 whatever last Thursday was. I sent it on Thursday night, sometime after like 8 or so o'clock, I think. So you guys, we're gonna start on this card here, which looks like this, and what we're gonna do tonight, you guys. I'm only making one of each card with you. I am not making all 16. We're making just the one because they're basically all in all, each card design is the same within itself, and then you're just making 4 of them. So we're gonna go through this process of making these cards. And what we need for this one is some Pool Party ink, and we need some real red ink. Oh, you're very welcome, Julie. And then on the inside, we've got a little sentiment and a green candy cane. So the stamp set, you guys, we're going to use is from the set. What did I stamp on the inside? It says Merry and Bright and Candy Cane Kisses. So here's Candy Cane Kisses. We need Merry and Bright. I'll put you here. And then we need a candy cane. And the candy cane, doesn't matter which, there's 2 candy canes in this set, you guys. So it doesn't matter which one you grab. But we need a candy cane. Just so you guys know, this is what the set looks like. I've got my stamps all stuck to it. So there's Christmas banners and sweet candy canes. So we used primarily this one. We didn't really use Christmas banners. And then there are 2 die sets that go with each of these stamp sets that are very cool. And so we need pool party. Pool party is for the sentiment. And so we're going to do merry and bright. And if you want to practice, you could always practice on the other side, like the rougher edge side. And if you like it, you know, go for it on the other side. So if it were me, you guys, doing 4 cards all the same, I would stamp all 4 of these. And then I would sponge all 4 of these and stamp the inside on all 4 of these. I'm not going to do that because this is actually Gail's kit. So I'm just making one of her cards for her so I can give you guys a presentation. Because I basically sold all of the card kits that I had without saving any for myself. And that is how that happened. So, and I'm okay with that because that's how it goes. So for this class, there won't be, you guys, I'm not going to do any winner for these cards because I'm not going to give Gail's cards away on her. That would be sad. So on here we have Candy Cane Kisses and Mistletoe Wishes. So we're going to stamp that in red up at the top here. Good. If it's crooked, just flip it over and try again. That's why I do the sentiment first usually. And then we need a little garden green, and that is for our candy cane. You could also do a pool party candy cane if you wanted, but we're going to do the garden green and grab a piece of scrap paper. Get it inked up nice. And we're going to have this candy cane hanging off the edge this way. And yeah, Chris, I'll resend it to you in a moment after class. I can just, when I send the email to the other people, I'll include you in the copy. So no problem. Not sure though. You guys, I generally always send out the PDFs by 2 or more days ahead of time. So I was on my A game with this one, with it being sent last week. So that was awesome. So this and this get covered. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of gluing, you guys. So we're going to do this little piece here, our inside, and then this one. And these get matted onto Sweet Sorbet. Oh, man. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Wait, wait, wait. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I just realized that your piece of Sweet Sorbet is a micro hair smaller than that mat. And then that means that is needing a little trim job. So here we go. This is a good for me to do this with you guys. So okay, and it's a good tip for you guys is to always measure stuff before you put glue on it, right? So our inside is okay. So let's get the inside glued in here. You guys are learning here as we go some tips and tricks. Okay, so the inside was good. The Sweet Sorbet was a micro hair smaller than what it should be. So what you need to do is take and trim off a little bit of this one. And so let's see here. That'll be good. So I cut off a good 1/8 of an inch, you guys. So you're gonna need to do that. Hi, Karen Wetstein. And you're gonna need to do that on this one too. So a good 1/8 of an inch. And when you do that, all's good. There we go. So did you see what happened there? The Sweet Sorbet mat, when it got cut on my trimmers upstairs, was just a hair. So here's what I cut off, you guys. So just know that that's gonna have to happen. You're just gonna have to cut off a little bit on those. And it'll still work, and this will fit perfectly fine. You'll just see a little bit more pool party around your edge than I have. No problema though. So what you'll need to do next is grab your ribbons, and we're going to start with the real red first. And so these are always not the easiest. If you're not able to use your hands like that, because that's too much, you know, sometimes pinching it together to get your scissors underneath is good. But you're just going to cut off enough for that. And we're going to do a little bit tear and tape. So Mary Lemke already figured that out. She said she just trimmed the outside card down. So that works too. And then we're going to flip this over and put our red, and I'm going to have it right on the seam here so that you see all of this red, like checkered one here. So that'll go right on here. So this red ribbon is a little bit more like opaque, right? So you can't see through it, which is good. And so just securing our ribbon behind, and then a little bit more liquid glue. Now that can get put right onto the card base. So it's good I'm doing this live with you, because when it comes to class on Sunday, people will have that issue too, that they'll have to cut them all down. So, all right, get you a little more wiggly that way. Okay. So now we have this it's a square, and I actually have it flat on here. Shirley has searched everywhere for it. So, I got it right here. See if Shirley, you're in my list. Shirley, I got you at msn.com. So I don't know where it went for you either, but I know I sent it to you. So there's my check, but I don't mind sending it as long as I'm sending an email to everybody else here. I don't mind sending it to you as well, but I don't know where they go. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea where they go. So you guys have this green leafy thing. So what I would do first with this is check it. I would Stella this as a whole unit. It might be easier to do. Whoa, I had a little Stella fall out there. Okay, so we're just gonna get this all Stellaed, and then we're gonna cut it apart, you guys. So you have 4 of these leaves, and this leaf is actually cut into 5 sections, and we did something very similar for the Sweet card class, because it just was really easy to cut one leaf, and then you guys cut it, because 3 of the pieces get used on this card, and then 2 of the pieces get used on this card. So you're going to need to do is snip off the top. That top is what gets used there. And then for the rest of these, you're going to need to cut them down the middle kind of, and then one of them is going to come sneaking out over there, and then these other 3 get used on this card right here. So I'm just going to set them with it. So what we can do for this one is we can put this at a diagonal, and I'm just eyeballing it, maybe like right about here. I'm centering it kind of between this edge of the DSP and this edge of the DSP, and then top to bottom. All right, and then our candy cane. So candy cane's facing the opposite way, right? So we're gonna end up with the candy cane facing this way. Now, you could pick through, I feel your pain, ladies, as they happened to me several months ago, a real mystery. Yes, it is a mystery. But Cindy checked with her email provider, you guys. They had to do something, and it worked. And so I can keep sending things till I'm blue in the face, but that doesn't always, it's not meaning you're going to get them. So, all right, so we're going to pop up this candy cane. I'm just going to put a cup. I'm just prepping it. I'm not going to peel them off yet, but I'm just prepping it because I'm going to put 3 dimensionals here. So this candy cane, I mean, you could have it going this way, but he looks like he's falling over backwards. So I do want my candy cane facing this way, but it means then that my foliage is going to go on the opposite side, right? So this is going to come out over here like that. And now on each one of these cards, we used the ribbons twice. Well, I mean, we used each ribbon, right? So this one has 2 red tails, green tails, and then red tails. So hi, Sandy Zidune. Yeah, exactly. They could be in junk mail too. Definitely. Or I had mentioned too that sometimes the file might be too big. So what I'm going to do is put some tear and tape right down where that red ribbon is going to go. Now, we need 2 tails, and we need 2 bunny ears, basically. So, and it's going to be going, because my candy cane's facing this way, it's going to be the opposite of this. So this was our challenge, right? So I want to put a bunny ear, right? And then I'm going to make a bunny ear. Got a little bit hanging over the edge. I'm going to make a bunny ear on the other side, right? Okay, so that was first. And before I put glue on the back, I'm just going to double check that this is in a good spot. I'm thinking so. It'll be good. Okay. So just like for the Wonderful World class, you guys, this ribbon, how you do the ribbon is going to make this card exceptional. So you could just put one little loop of ribbon like that and it would be fine. But if you want to take it over the top, this is what you got to do. You add more ribbon. So now we're going to have the green ribbon. And so I've got the green ribbon, and I'm looking at it so that I got red and then green and then red. So I'm going to do a red tail coming out over here, right? And then I got one coming out on this side too. And I'm going to hold that in place. You could cut it, like it doesn't hurt to like cut this off here. I'll be honest, it's going to use tear and tape. And if this is too much, like I said, you don't have to do it like this. But you've got a tail coming out that way. You'll have a tail coming out this way. Something like that. Don't cut your red one. And then we're going to need another piece of tear and tape. And we're going to put the red tails. So it's very piecemeal-y, like Frankensteining, to get this to look like that. It wasn't just one piece of ribbon weaving it back and forth. And then now we've got a little bit of red coming out here. And then if you want, you can kind of finagle it down and not cut it. But I'm going, and I will do that. So I'm just going to use one piece of tape there. And then we're going to cut this one. And we're going to cut this one. And let's see what it looks like. There, okay. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of set it here. And then this little leafy thing is gonna kind of come out that side, and this one's gonna come up over there. Now, do you like it, right? And you know you guys, you know, I didn't remember about my label. Okay, one moment, please. So the label needs to happen. Oh, you guys just laugh with me. Okay, so, and this, I'll be honest with you, this is what it was like when Carissa and I were making these cards too. We peeled things apart, we started over, we figured things out, but here's what's needing to happen. So before you go, that's why some people watch the video versus making cards with me. We need to get this label situated, right? So the label is going to go right about here, okay? So what I'm going to do is attach my label to here, right? So that it's connected. This is what needed. So what I just did on that candy cane, I feel like that happens on a different one too. So we're just going to attach that together. And now these are the wrong lengths, you guys. So, but we're not wasting this stuff, right? Because it's all piecemeal together. So honestly, we're gonna work with this stuff and not waste it because we're not all about wasting, right? So try this again though. Oh, how many of you actually caught this? Hi, Crystal. Hi, Tammy Steckling. So how many of you caught that I did not have the label on there? Were you wondering how I was going to finagle that? Oh, man. Okay, so we're trying this again. So we still need to have our little bunny ear. So let's put our bunny ear, right? And now, though, we're going to cut this because we don't need all of that. And now this one comes out the bottom here, something like that. Okay, all good so far. Tear and tape is what we need. And this is like arts and crafts 101, you guys, right? Learning how to do ribbon pretty like. So then we had the green one. So we're just gonna attach this green one coming out right there. And then this red one, we're just gonna cut that in half and have that come out as well. Looks much better when we have a label working with it. All right, then a little bit, I'm gonna save one for waiting in the wings, and then there's that one. Now we gotta get our little bit of green. Let's see, this is a little messy here. We're gonna put the green right here, and then we have the little end of our red. That can work, okay. See, we salvaged that very nicely. So now, that's what we got, right? Whew, okay, very nice. Then we need our dimensionals, and so I'm gonna put a couple of those on, 3 of them actually, and then we're going to sneak our little greeneries in there. So this will go on here, like so. I'm looking to have the Merry and Bright straight, and then I'm gonna grab some glue dots, and we're gonna use a glue dot behind this one, and then this is going to sneak in right up here. Okay, very good. That's easy. And then the other one too. So put a little glue dot at the bottom here, and we're gonna sneak that in maybe like that. And now our candy cane though, now I'm gonna take these off because it's right where I want it to be. And ha ha ha. Way to recover. Yes, exactly. I gotta think ahead on these cards. You know, we designed these well over a month ago, and I didn't study it very much before I started the live, right? I just went right at it. Okay, so, but it turned out good. Okay, so definitely the trick on this one, you guys, is to put your candy cane and your label together. Now, you could also, just know, you can Stella your candy cane because all of that is designer paper, right? You could Stella like the outside here of your label, or Stella it before you stamp it, right? That's always something you could do. All right, you got your greenery. You can even Stella your ribbon if you want to, you guys. Just know you can. So I'm gonna let Gail, so you guys have a whole pack of your sequins. You can either do them one by one now, or when it comes time, you have all your 16 cards made, just sit down and embellish. So this one, I have a mixture of the red, the green, and the white on here, and just, you have a whole pack of them, so you might as well just put as many as you want on. So, all right, whew, you guys, that one almost kicked our butt. I should say my butt, but we recovered very nicely. Thanks, Luann Johnson. Oh my God, I just love these cards. Okay, so perfect. I'm glad you like them, Marcia. So this one is done. I'm gonna set that off to the side, and we're gonna work on this one next. And that one looks like this. And this one is also using candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. So we need to clean it because it's stamped in green on this other one. And then let's see what the inside looks like. We've got a red candy cane on that side, which is, I believe, the other one. So yes, it's that one. Grab a block so I don't have to keep taking them off and on. So here's our candy cane. All right, so that's ready to go. And then the inside saying is very pretty. Wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always. So that is this one. So let's get you off of there and grab a block for you as well. So you guys, I put them on there diagonally. They fit better when you do diagonal. So let's get our stamping done. So you have 2 white pieces in this kit, you guys. They are, in fact, the same size. Well, they should be really close. And you'll have your other 3 pieces of your greenery for this one that you'll need. And you'll have your red circle. Now the circles and those, the square from the last one, they're from Stylish Shapes. They're awesome. So let's get a little glue happy because I got lots of pieces going on here. So I think first off, I'm gonna just flip these over. Whatever they did worked. I now have the PDF. Oh my gosh, Shirley Malarkey, that is amazing. I'm so excited that you just told me that. You figured it out. So that is Jennifer Jones. I highly recommend that you do that. as well. It's just, to me, calling a provider, I don't know if that's something that's easy to do or not, but apparently Shirley made it happen. So that's awesome. So same with Chris Niebaum. Maybe you got to contact your provider to see what's happening. Now, hopefully you get them going forward too. So we got this one with the green at the bottom. And then we are going to do, I'm going to do the green at the top. Well, this way it's on the left right now, but there's that. And then this one goes here. Now, if you don't like the mixing and the matching of the green and the red, you could always put all your red ones on one and all your green ones on the other. But so here's that, right? So we got that. Now we can't glue this down yet though, you guys, because we gotta get our ribbon behind there. So I just felt good about getting those glued down. And then this can get burnished. Oh, I'm so happy you like all of them, Doris. All right, so we're gonna do a little stamping. So this one is in green ink. So let's grab our garden green. And we've got so you get 2 shots at this one as well. If you don't like the way you stamp it, flip it over. I'm gonna practice on the back first though. Oh, that was really good. Okay, so we're gonna try it on this side now. That was really good too. There's another little sentiment in there that says Christmas cheer, and that would fit on this little guy as well. So that's done. Our candy cane in here was in red, and our sentiment is in green. So let's do the sentiment first. Oh, you guys like it, yay. So this is here. Oh, straight, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and then we have a red candy cane. So we're going to put her gems over there. So a red candy cane. And this one faces the other way. I feel like there was stuff all over here, so let's get it off. Okay. Inky dinky doo. And then this one's hanging out over here. There was something on there, so let's get that off of there. Okay. That's it for red. All right. And then I think that's it. So we can glue this on the inside. Yeah, these candy canes are so awesome. However they did the sweet, they did it so great that everything matches so nicely. You could sit down with the ribbons, the sequins, the papers, the cardstock colors that match, and just go crazy creating. So the red circle, that's gonna go, so we're not gluing this down yet, but this is gonna go here. We have a candy cane that's kind of hanging out behind, and then this goes here, and then we have our greenery that's left. So there's 2 on the bottom, and then there's 1 on the top. So same thing kind of happens with this. They're attached here, so we need to trim them apart like that. All right. Let's do this ribbon though. Okay, so we're gonna need a bunch of tear and tape. I promise you, there's a bunch of tear and tape on this one as well. So let's put this here. Oh, I kind of didn't center that good. And we're gonna put a couple pieces in the middle back here because you're like, wow, there's a lot going on with this green ribbon. So, all right, let's get a couple of these ready to go. And you guys, so the Memories and More class I had on Tuesday, we really used a lot of glue dots. On Wonderful World, we didn't use any glue dots, but we used a lot of tear and tape and liquid glue. And then this one, you guys are gonna see that we're using a heck of a lot of tear and tape again. So, all right, the green, let's grab our green. So this is how the green needs to work. So what happens is this is gonna be in the middle, and you need to loop this green through here. And you need enough for it to kind of hang out in the middle and then to be able to tuck behind it. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are about the same here. All right, so that's the green. And it's just going to take a little bit of finagling. I know it will. All right, so then the other thing is we need the red. And the red is you can do two things. You can attach it here and have it come out and not have any in the middle, or you can just cut yourself enough to go. So you have a whole spool of it, so you could do it that way. That might be easier. But what I'm going to do is, where's my tag here? So I'm going to put that little baby piece that I have here right in the middle. And I'm going to run this red through here. If I can get it through the hole, right? And then I'm going to have this one come up this side. And I'm going to try to center it, right? Because it's going to go in the middle and you need to be able to put your tails behind, right? So that's now secured. It's not going to move anywhere, okay? And then what's going to happen with this is now this is going to loop around the edges, and then it kind of gets split like this, and then the red kind of goes through the center. All right, but first things first, we need to get like our candy cane in position. And so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, Tyler's calling. Hi, Tyler. You guys, let me just tell him really quick. He doesn't know I'm doing a live, but I'm gonna tell him I'm doing a live really quick. I sent him the picture, picture of the kitties. Doing a live. Okay, so there we go, back on track. So let's get the circle glued down because there's nothing that goes, it's just centered top to bottom, left to right. Okay, something like that. And then let's just set this here and put so I'm gonna prep the candy cane. I'm not gonna pull the dimensionals off, kind of like I didn't do it right away on the other card, but I'm gonna have them ready to go. And then we're gonna put this candy cane. So now if your candy cane faces the other way, you wanna do it the opposite, right? And have your candy cane going like that, and it's gonna be the opposite. So let's just see here. Something about that, and then this little guy kind of hangs out over the top of it. So that is where the candy cane is gonna reside. But I'm not gonna peel that off because we're gonna end up I'm gonna put some dimensionals right here, okay? So that's doing good, right? Then we're going to put this green through here. Okay. And let's go ahead and get this kind of positioned on here so that it's got some stability like that. And then now let's pick this off and kind of get one down, get the other down, right? And then hopefully you have enough for the red to catch, okay? I'm gonna leave it set like that, and we're gonna pick this one off, get this through here, like this. Oh, I should tell him he should bring the kitties in, right? Hang on. I told him that maybe if he gets home and I'm still doing the live, he could bring the kitties in. Bring the kitties, because you guys didn't see Tigger yet. Bring the kitties in. Okay, so I might have a little treat for you guys. If Tyler gets here and I'm still live, I was going to see if he'd bring the kitties in. Okay, so they're going to be like little stars, right? All right, so we're going to put that green one down, and I'm leaving a little gap right there. You see that? Oh, and I have plenty of stuff to spare here, so let's get that nice and flush. And then the red one goes right through the middle, just like that. Okay? Coming together, you guys. Then I've got these two. Oh, it's stuck to my hand. Waiting in the wings over here. So let's get that down. And then we're going to put this one down. Okay, it's not complicated. It just has an order to it, right? So, and I am so happy I thought about that order before we started. All right. So then, now this can go onto the front of your card. All right. Yes, Cindy Runtree, thank you so much. Don't forget the thumbs up, you guys. All right, now we have these greeneries, and we're gonna sneak them in with some glue dots. So let's grab our glue dots, and I believe I have one up here, and so we're just gonna put that glue dot on here. And that's gonna come right about there. And then you have two more here. The ribbon like that, it does. So I'll tell you guys, this ribbon was Carissa's idea. I said to her, because I was like, well, how do you want to do the ribbon, or how do you like to do it? And she's like, well, can we have both of them? Let's put both on. And we started off with both. And then all of a sudden, every card was like, well, let's put 2 ribbons, each ribbon on each card, because doubling up with the red and the green just added so much to it. So this one now can sneak in here. And then we got to do this one right next to it. Okay. And we can peel off these backs now because we're ready to go. And then we're good. So this die right here, you guys, this exact die, the one here from the candy cane set, this is actually meant for you to put it, oh, I have an idea. Oh my gosh. Okay. Something for the bus trip. Okay. Got it. Cool, cool, cool. This is meant to go around candy canes. So I have a project for my aunt now. I'm going to have her cut these out. Okay. I have an idea. So don't want to ruin the surprise for those on the bus trip with me, but that is meant to go around candy canes. So this is how as far I'm going to take you on this card, because what's left on here is some sequins, and I've got some sequins on the little label and then a couple on the like diagonal. Don't forget, if you want to, definitely Stella your candy cane. Again, if you want to Stella your ribbon, go for it. It doesn't hurt to Stella your ribbon. Yeah, but yeah, it was Carissa's idea. She's like, let's do 2. Why not do 2? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So there you guys go. So that's our second card. Perfecto. And we're going to keep her moving. Let's see, we have this one, a pocket card. We love our pocket cards, you guys. So, like you don't really see on the inside, so we're a little sneaky about how high this paper really is. It doesn't go all the way down the bottom. And the trick with this is just making sure that you secure these ends. Some people actually staple the ends of this before they put this flap down, and you have like the flush staple on the back and the rolled edge on the top, right? So, that's always an option too. So we're going to do this one next, and let's grab that card. Next off of our pile. So this one, we definitely liked the candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. So I've got that here ready in green. And then we have It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. It's a TV commercial, you guys, from many years ago, and maybe they are still replaying it. I don't know. Don't watch TV. So that's ready for us, and that's perfect. When you do a pocket card like this, you guys, you definitely need a long, skinny sentiment along the top, and then we're going to put a candy cane in the bottom here. So, all right, let's look at this first. So we have that piece, and, oh, I have the card here. I should put it right here for us to see. And then we need our little label and garden green. It is raining cats and dogs here, you guys. It's been raining on and off all day. I'm so proud of myself. After class last night, I went outside and I cleaned out the patio. I leaf blew all the patio out because my mom said to me, you don't want to do it after this weekend because we're supposed to get a whole bunch of rain between today and tomorrow, and 50-mile-per-hour winds tomorrow. And so she's like, you want to get those leaves out of your patio before it gets all soppy wet. And I'm like, you're right, Mom. So the first thing she did when she got here to my house to help me, she went out to look in my patio to see if I did it. And I had done it. So, oh, it's crooked. Okay, so I want to move up the right side. Oh, I got a glue ball. Got to move up my right side just a hair. See if I get that straighter. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then our white circle has a little bit of red sponging. So I don't like to sponge over things. So we're just gonna do a little bit of red here. If I accidentally get it thick in one spot, then I intentionally do it thick in other spots to make it look like I meant to do it that thick. So, all right, so there's that. And now all we have left is assembly. So let's see what we can get glued here. In one fell swoop. So this can get glued, but let's fold this first. So this is a fun fold, you guys. So pocket card has a little bit of a score coming back here like that. So we can glue, let's see here, this green, we can glue this and this, and this. Okay, you guys, this is me going glue crazy here. So, I will need to place an order before you leave home. I forgot important stuff for card making. Okay, Carissa, when you see I'm done with the live, call me. All right, so I'm gonna just, you guys, before I get glue happy, I'm gonna just double check things here. I got smarter after that last card, right? Sometimes that helps if you, okay, so that looks good to me. Then this one fits on here. Oh, see, here's another one. Okay, this white fits here. And the red is, it works, but it could stand to have a hair off of here. Whew. See, we learn things. Even I taught myself a trick here. Okay, I am going to cut off a hair off this, you guys. So I got to tell everybody to remember to bring their trimmers for sure to class. Okay, so, I mean, they should, but that is okay, but I still want a little bit more. So for those of you who cut at home too, you're going to want to potentially trim off a little hair more off of that one. Okay, so now, see? That just made me really happy that I caught that before I put glue on it. It's so much easier to cut without glue on the back. So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna trim that guy too, just a hair. So, I'll tell you, it's hard to get these things all like exact, right? It's not, so when I cut on my big paper trimmer upstairs, it's cutting a stack like that, and so sometimes you need a personal little touch, because I don't cut these all one sheet at a time, you guys. It's all, I have a industrial strength paper cutter that has an arm, and I have to put paper in place and then trim it, and sometimes it can be off by a 1/16 of an inch, so that does happen. So this was a good lesson for me to check before gluing. So this one goes on here. See, that's our pocket. And I'm going to trim my red just a hair too. This one goes on the white piece, like that. And then this piece goes on the green. And now don't worry about one side. You're only wanting to make sure your top, well, your two sides and one side are all equivalent. Don't worry about this side being thicker. Don't center it. This edge gets covered up inside the card, right? So don't worry about one side. And then this little strip that's embossed gets put down right on here. So that's the only piece that I didn't double check. So you might double check that in case you want to have it a little bit thinner for the white. Okay. Now let's flip these guys over, and we can glue them down onto the red base. And then don't worry about that white being there either, right? Because it gets covered up. So we've got that. And then on our inside here, the one that has the little bit thicker of a green margin goes on the inside of the card. You know, when it gets shut up like this, you won't even see that, right? And then I had said that on my red, it had a hair that it might have been just a hair crooked. So I'm gonna line that up and just trim off this little bit of extra flap that was there. Okay, so there's that. And let's see here. Okay, so tear and tape. That's what I would use along the edge. Now, the tear and tape that Stampin' Up! Makes is 1/8 of an inch thick. And that, to me, is a little bit too thick for the project. I like to trim this right down the middle. So there are companies that make 1/8 inch tear and tape. That would be ideal for this. But I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that. And then what I'm going to do is start it right on that edge where the fold is. And if you have it a hair too long, then it doesn't matter. It'll go over the seam, but that gets covered up when you shut it. So there's that. Now use the heat of your fingers to help that adhesive bond the two pieces of paper, you know, the two sides together. And then on this one, the reason I did the 1/8 inch, right, is because this needs to fit in here, right? Because if you would have had a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch, it would left a very little bit, and we wanted this red to be as wide as it could be. So that's why it got cut like that. Okay, so then now this still goes in here, and you should be a guest on Craft Roulette Show. Crystal, I am. Huh? I have been on for 3 years. I have done 5 or 6 episodes already, and I am slated for December 9th. Oh, I got to put that in my newsletter. You guys, December 9th, it is going to be my 2-year, and actually 2 years. So 2 years ago, I helped Mary Gunn get her 100. She had not hit 100, and we got 100. And when I was hers last year, she had not hit 150, I believe, and we got her to hit 150. Or was it 200? The last time I think our goal was 200, and we got 200. I think we ended up like with 204. So yeah, Crystal, I am already on there. So you'll have to watch for me on December 9th. I do it 3 times a year. I usually do it in the spring, like in April. I usually do in the summer. So this last August I did it. And then I do it, my anniversary with her is always the 2nd Friday in December, it seems. So yeah. Okay. So we have some pieces that I'm trying to find. We need this piece right here. Hi, dear. You got a baby? Oh, you guys got a treat here. Oh, here they are. So you guys met Honey. You met Honey already. So this is Honeybee. You gotta look this way, Honey. You gotta look where to look. Right there, girl. That's Honey. Honeybee in the hive. And they were just sleeping, I bet, right, dear?
Mm-hmm. I just woke them up.
This is Tigger. So they're brothers. So you gotta look right here, Tigger. Oh, you look so sleepy. So this is, let's go this way. There's Tigger. We just named him last night, and we're shirting on Tigger, right? He's little T, little Tigger. So you can tell they're both very sleepy. They're very lovey. So they're adorable. So it's brother and sister. So this is the little boy right here, and then this is the honeybee of the hive. So they're very lovers, very loving. They're like lap cats, you guys. So, so everybody's about 20 seconds behind. Oh, I see Cindy said, oh, already. So there it is. Mary Lemke said, didn't get the fir branches for this card. So we'll have to look at that. So everybody says so cute. So yay, thank you for bringing the kitties out. They did really good.
Should I leave you with them?
No, don't leave them in here. They will crawl up my leg. So you guys, these kittens crawl up our leg. They look so soft. They look so adorable. Oh, so cute, cuties. Hi, Jeannie Parker. Yes, they are so soft. This one right here is so silky, smooth, and soft. And
She'll climb up your leg, though,
she will
scratch.
And yeah, she will crawl up your leg and scratch up your leg. And this little guy, he is fluffy and soft, but not as silky smooth as she is. But they are both very cute and playful and tired. So, well, good. Thank you for bringing them in, dear. Okay. It's raining. Okay, look at these little guys. Aren't they so cute? Ah.
Should I leave them both with you?
No,
Would
don't
that
leave.
help?
Nope, it would make me distracted.
I think it would be entertaining.
It would be very entertaining, right? But they will climb up your leg, crazy like. So, oh, Krista says hi. The kittens are adorable. Crystal says adorable, sweet. Hi, Latokia says sweet. Yay, Sharon says so sweet. So, yay. They're very pliable little kittens. So, all right, you guys. Go entertain Dad. There you go. Okay, bye guys. Thanks, dear. Okay, so I just saw a comment from Mary Lemke about this, and I just put it together in my head too. Let me show you what I think she's talking about. This little piece right here. So, hang on. I think that it just dawned on me. Oh, Deb Norman, I don't know what 200 means. So, okay, Shirley, we'll see you later. So Mary Lemke, I think you just commented, and I think I put it together right now. You guys, we are human. We make mistakes. We try our best, and that's amazing that we do try our best. And last week it was a lot going on. So I think Mary Lemke, you just commented, didn't get the fir tree branches for this card. So Mary Lemke, what I need for you to tell me is, did you not get this for all 4 of your cards? That's what I want to know, because I can send them to you. If you have the dies, so this is the thing, I don't mind sending them. If anybody's ever missing anything from your kits, do not hesitate to tell me that. But double check first, because sometimes they're in the envelope, sometimes they're hanging out somewhere, sometimes they fall out and go on the floor, sometimes they stick to your boobs, sometimes they go and fall in your lap. So you always got to just double check first. But so I'm wondering, Mary Lemke, okay, you need all 4 of them or 1 of them? Let me know that too. What I was looking for is, so yeah, Mary Lemke, then, do you have the die at home, and do you have garden green paper that you could cut for yourself? That is my next question, because if you do, that's amazing. And if you don't, I would be happy to die cut some and send them to you. I make right if it's wrong. What I was wondering, though, was did I miss putting in the white piece for you guys? And so I was going back through Gail's kit here to see if I missed that white glimmery piece, because I was wondering, did I forget that? And nope, I didn't. Oh, it's in here. Yay. The reason that all of a sudden it went in my head, because I came across this. You guys, this isn't good news for me. This is bad news bears. So I'm like, either I accidentally had Tammy cut extra of these and we'll design them and put them into another card, or I missed putting them in your kit. But by the fact that I see Gail here has 3 of them, then I know that I included them in your kits as well. So I just need to go back and figure out where, oh, here it is. I bet it's right here. So I was looking for Gail's, right, to see what's going on there. So I have that. So Mary, you're just missing those. And just let me know, though, if you need me to send them. Probably send me a text message or a message so that I get it. You know, if it's in this communication, this posting, I won't remember that or see that always. So it's always good to follow up with an email. So I have an extra circle here now. So, but yeah, reach out to me privately, Mary. Just let me know if you need me to send you the green or not, and I'll make it right. So unless you have it, right? So we have our things here. That's what I wanted to make sure of. We got distracted with kitties, you guys. Okay. They are adorable. So they're, yes. So Honeybee has this like caramely color in her, and Tigger is such a like a nice brown tiger. Love it. And they're brother and sister, so they're super cute and adorable together. Okay, so you guys have this fir branch thing. You have a white glimmer, you have a circle, you have this label, and we have a candy cane, which is right here. And my candy cane here now, this is the opposite of this one. So what I will probably do on my card, if I can find my card. Did I set it off to the side here? Yes. Oh, look at that. Okay, it's right here. So I did notice on here too that this is kind of popping up right here. So I might just take a little bit of liquid glue and squeeze it up in there and help that stay flat. Okay, so what I'm saying with the candy cane is this one goes this way, but this one now goes the other way. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is put this on this side and kind of do it the opposite of what this card is, which is perfectly fine. But what we got to do on this one again, and you don't want any, you see that there's no dimensionals up here because you don't want it to have dimensional because it'll stick to that. So you only want dimensionals like on this section here. Barb Johnson, you can, if you're watching, Barb, yes, you just messaged me. You can send me the 36 for ink, paper, scissors. You guys, Boughs of Holly is coming up. It's not even until the 21st of November. And I believe I have, those cards are on the counter over there. I only have like 10 left now. I think that 10 people signed up for that class in the last 2 days. It's crazy. So this circle right here, we can put that flat on here. It is about that far away, and because we have a lot of stuff that's going to come out this back side over here, and it hangs out just a hair over the top of the ridge here. So I'm going to put a little liquid glue, because we can glue this on here. So yeah, you balls of holly is crazy, you guys. I'm planning for 68. So I think it would be my biggest ink, paper, scissors. The gnomes we did last month, I had 64 people that took that class, which was higher than Hues of Happiness, which was 60. And ink, paper, scissors for November is Boughs of Holly, and we're gonna do 68. And there's only 10 left, so it's crazy. It's crazy. It's awesome though. A good crazy awesome. So I put the tear and tape on the back here, right? This little label is kind of independent of what's going on over here. But we have this white, so this candy cane is going to go like right about here. This white kind of comes out like this. And then your bow here, this greeny bow, goes like this. And we're going to put a little more tear and tape back here. And we're just going to test it out to see if that's going to look good. Yeah, something like that is perfect. But now we have all that ribbon back there. So let's talk about that ribbon. We're going to need to prep some tear and tape on our hand to have it ready for us. I find that very useful to put that tear and tape like this when I'm working on a project, because I don't have to, I'm holding something, I don't have to stop and like set it down. So we have a big loop and a tail, and then we have green coming out there. So this is coming right through the middle. So a big loop first, and then the tail comes back. Barbara, thanks for sending that over so quickly. All right, so here's a little tear and tape down here to hold it. And we're gonna trim this because that's gonna come out something like that. Cool. And then we have just a green one, a little green tail. Wasn't that so sweet that Tyler brought the kitties out here? Yay! I don't have to run and get them. So then this one's gonna come out, and you got just a little green peeking through that. You guys, we're not wasting any ribbon on this, right? Because we're using exactly what we need. So that goes like that. And we're gonna prep a little tear and tape back there. And so now we've got, like, if you still want more, you could even go a little crazier, right? You could put a little slip of red right back there too, a little shorter red one, right? Just like that. I just saw that. That would look good. So let's put a little red one right there. And then, okay, so then let's trim. I got a little ribbon hanging out there. Now that's gonna go right about here. So we need a dimensional here. We're gonna put a dimensional there. There's a lot of thickness going on right where this ribbon is, so I'm just gonna let that be. But I'm gonna put, I think, let's see. I can always add another dimensional to the top if I need it, but this is gonna come out something like this. Again, don't cover up your words up there. And now this little guy. So this one is gonna hang out here, and you've got some green and red coming out this side. So let's put a little tear and tape here, and got like a green tail. Where's the tail? It's on the bottom. So we're gonna do a green tail here, and then a little tail coming out. Put a little tear and tape to hold it, just like that. And then we're gonna have a little red hanging out behind there as well, right? Have to use two colors on each side. So we're gonna see what that looks like before we cover it up good. So, oh, that'll be awesome. And I'm gonna do this one, hey, cut that way, which is kind of the opposite. And then this is gonna get a dimensional right there. And I'm gonna cover up the ends here with a little tear and tape. Oh my gosh, you guys, all these comments. Huh? Oh, I missed all these. I'm so happy you got two. Oh my gosh, you guys, all these comments. But you have some red ones. Oh, okay, wait. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Okay, let's talk about this, you guys. I just realized what happened, Mary Lemke. Okay, I've got like flyaways here. You just saw my hair. Okay, for those of you that did the online version, I gave you red berry things. And for those of you that did in person, you got green. Why did that happen? Because we didn't have enough green ones cut and we accidentally had too many red ones cut. And so, Mary Lemke, you got red ones. And the red ones were intentional. That decision was made so instead of recutting all of the green, we had extra red ones. And so what you're gonna do for everybody who's online watching, you have red ones. And the red ones, I'm gonna show you the red what you have. The red looks like this. This popped in my head right now. The red you have looks like this, okay? What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna put your red, you're gonna do a little bit the opposite. You're gonna put the red one here, which is gonna look awesome behind here. But what I would do if it were you, if it were me, I would put a green one, and then I would put a red one, and then a green one. Because that red die cut is going to look too red in front of red ribbon. So again, everybody online, all of you that did the online with me, 37 of you, I think almost all of you will have gotten a red die cut that looks like this, okay? It was because of overcutting on one and undercutting on the other, and instead of wasting and not using them, we're like, it'll look good with the red. Nobody's gonna know the difference. Right, so that's perfect. I'm glad I saw your comment. Karen Wetsign, I've seen them. The sooner you sign up for them, the happier you will be. Yes, perfect. That is awesome. That is a great comment. Francis said, I do have the white, but I have garden green and stamp set. No worries on. So Francis, again, you don't have to cut garden green ones. Use the red ones. You will be happy that you don't have to cut the red one. You don't have to cut extra. Use the red ones. You'll be fine with the red. So, but again, if you have those that are doing red, you are going to want to use the reverse of the ribbon. You will want to do where your red is ribbon, the ribbon is red, you'll do green. And where your green ribbon is, I would do red ribbon, right? Okay, so all's good. That was all intentional. So I don't think I need to send anybody the garden green bows at all. You guys have the red. So good question. Good. I'm glad you guys talked about that and told me about that. So Deb said that she misses the kittens being little once they're really still really snuggly. They just don't feel, yeah. So, okay, that is happening to me too. I mentioned that to my mom today, Deb, that they both fit in my lap when I'm sitting upstairs trying to do stuff. Then when, like, I noticed that when they get older, they're not going to both fit in my lap. So, all right, you guys, so this is what we got. Again, yours is going to be slightly different because you got a red one that's going to go there. And then I would do the opposites of the ribbon, but all in all, it will look almost identical, right? No one from Chicago to Green Bay is going to know that yours is different than mine. All right. And then for sequins, I added a bunch of them down here and then a couple over on the side and one right there. So, all right. Let's look at the candy cane. Can we add a dimensional? Yes. So I was just looking at this. We can put a dimensional on the tip of the candy cane there. And then that one, I already have one on. So perfect. All right, you guys, we got 3 done. And we're on to our last card. And the last one, you will recognize this layout, you guys. We love doing this layout. It's like when you want to feature 2 designer papers on the same card, it's a great way to do it like this. And the Stamp-a-Stack last year featured this layout. We did this layout recently on a different, the Gnomes card. We did the Gnomes had this layout. So it's a very cool layout. It's very great for swap card too, if you need a nice little layout for a swap card. All right, so we've got these guys. So again, we're gonna measure things and see one. So these are your circles from the Stitch Stylish Circles. You got your inside, you've got a candy cane, you've got these leaves. I wanna talk about these leaves. It's hard to see it, and I don't even know if I wrote it in the instructions, but can you see that it looks like there's lines through here? What I did is I took my Rolly Stylus thing and a piercing mat. And we gotta get our little stylus here. And on the end of take your pick tool, you can flip out, switch out to get your stylus on here. And because you have a foam mat here, what you can do is you just draw those veins of your leaves. It's just to give it some texture. Okay, you guys see that? That's all we did. Okay, so it makes it look more like leaves. All right, so you're gonna do that on all 4 of them. Okay, and then let's do a little measuring. Make sure our pieces are accurately sized. Okay, that looks good to me. That looks good to me. This will go onto here, and that looks good to me. We got smart, you guys. And that looks good to me. Okay, so all that is gonna be good. So let's do our stamping. So this is that Christmas cheer, which is the other small sentiment. That is gonna be done in the real red. All right. See how that looks? Oh, good. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it over and do it on the right side here. It'll be fine. That one's smeared, so we're gonna do that side. Okay, and then we've got on the inside here, oh, the little spriggy thing. Oh, I'm like really zoomed out here. So we've got a little spriggy thing and the wishing you lots of love. So the other sentiment, wait, is it the same one? It says the wishing you lots of love. Okay, so there's another sentiment in here, says the may the good times of today become the cherished memories of tomorrow. So we're gonna put that on our inside, which is the non-embossed piece. Oh, nice. And then on the inside, we'll do a candy cane. Oh, no, it's the little spriggy thing in garden green. And we're gonna put that right on, right down here. So all in all, we used a lot of the stamps that were from this set. You really didn't need the banners from this set. So I don't think we pulled in any of these at all. So I can put him back. All right, so that's it for the stamping, but there is a little bit of red sponging around the edge of here. Hi, Susan Bellamy. That's gonna go around here, just like that. Cool. And then we'll do, all right, let's get glue happy. So that we're gonna hang tight. So we can glue this, we can glue this, and we can glue this. And let's get this ready over here. So I have more trouble getting my sentiments straight. Anyone else? So one of the things that you should do first, Linda, is practice on a piece of scratch paper. And I will show you that in a second here. I generally do that because then I know if my stamp is crooked or not on my block, right? So that would be my first tip for you. And then my second tip was to stamp the back of it first. Well, no, that would be after you've practiced, stamp the back of it. And then go to the front of it, right? And if neither of them work and you ruin your little label, cut yourself a small little rectangle or, I mean, because yes, it's cute that it's a label and it's stitched, but if you don't stamp it good and you have to toss it, just measure how big the label is. Okay, so it's like 1 and, that's not a good side, 1 3/8 by, let's say, 1 inch. You could just cut yourself a little rectangle and round the corners if you wanted. But this is what I generally do when I don't know how something stamps. What I will do is I will stamp it on the edge of my paper and I will look at the word cheer. And if the cheer, I'm going to try to get the cheer lined up with the edge of my paper, right? So that looks straight to me. And if I go to stamp it and it's straight, then I know that if my cheer looks straight on my paper, I'm good. Now, if you go to stamp it and it's crooked, so let's grab this one. Let's practice this one. So I'm trying to line up the kisses. Oh, you can't see it. Trying to line up the kisses with the edge of my paper. If like the right side is down a hair, then I know I need to bring the right side up a hair. That one wasn't that far off. Ooh, that's not even hardly on there. But look how straight that was. You can see that that was literally straight on there. So So I get familiar with my stamps first, right? So this one was in green. And so if I'm trying, I'm going to make sure season and always is on the edge. That stamp was on there pretty straight. These are bad examples because the stamps are pretty straight. Well, I guess my point is that once you've practiced and for some reason, like let's say it looks like that, then you know you need to bring the right side down a hair and then you'll actually stamp it more clockwise, right? So that's what I do first. I practice. Practice on scratch paper and then get familiar with how your stamp is and then go ahead and then stamp on the back. Straight, if my paper isn't tilted, I tend to get it straight. Yeah, exactly. Your paper's got to be straight. I usually ended up with ink on the block as well. They have to wipe it off. So here's the thing too. You could get ink on your block. Getting ink on your block means that you are inking up and you're pushing hard, right? And you're rocking your stamp and you're gonna get ink right there. You can see it got on my finger. So there was ink on the block. And then you're also gonna get ink on the stamp. If you're pushing into your pad too hard, you're gonna get if you're pushing in there, you're gonna get ink. You only, with these foam pads, you really only have to tap on there very lightly. The other thing is, look how much ink is on the back of that block. A lot. Do you think I'm gonna get that on my when I stamp? Well, yes, if I press really hard, but watch this. If I go straight down, let it linger, marinade, but not push hard. Jeannie's gonna get a cup. I did not get any of that ink around the edge. I see a lot of people using wet wipes and clearing that off. Instead of taking the time to clean that off with a wet wipe, if you wouldn't press as hard, you wouldn't have to take the time to clean it off with a wet wipe. If you do press really hard, you are going, I pushed really hard. Look, I got a halo, and that's great if you're an angel, but we don't want halos on our cards. It's all about just straight down, pressure a little bit, not rocking your stamp, even pressure, straight up, straight down, no halos. Push hard, you're gonna get a halo, okay? So a little bit of Stampin' 101. Anyone want one? What are you getting a cup of, Jeannie? All right, hopefully that helps you guys. I mean, I don't mind when people take baby wipes, but it just takes longer to work. And the same when you have it on your block here. If you don't hit your block on your paper, you're not ever gonna get that ink from the corner on yours either. So it all comes down to patience and practice with stamping. Oh yeah, you betcha, Linda. Okay, so we're almost done. Let's see, 6:30. Oh, we're doing good. Okay, we're done with our stamping. We were on assembly. So what we can do is we're gonna flip these two over and we're going to glue these onto the white emboss. So the white emboss, this is all Carissa too. We really wanted to use the wintry pine bough leaves, but that was only 3 inches wide. And so she's like, well, what about the ferns? And I'm like, oh yeah, ferns are perfect. So we want to get the, oh man, see what I did? I got glue on there. So we can fix that though. We're going to let that dry and we're going to put this down here first. And then this one, which side has the glue? That side. Okay. So I have an adhesive eraser. We'll just put that on that. And then this goes right here. Oh, was my candy cane? Oh well. Can't fix it now. So I was originally in my head, a wine cooler, please, yes. I was originally in my head going to put this green over here so that my candy cane would be behind the green, right, versus behind the white, but it's okay. We'll make it work. So you guys, they're cards. They you can make them however you want, right? Oh, that's not glued all the way. Hang on. It means it's not set in stone. I was gonna get my adhesive eraser out here and get that glue off of here so it's not sticky. Okay, perfect. I'm eating popcorn, so I'll pass. Are you going into on stage? Jeannie Parker isn't going to on stage. No, but Deanne and Nancy Charles and Terry Costin are all driving down from Michigan and meeting us at the hotel, Deb. So they are in our crew. I think we have 72 people total in my block of rooms at the hotel, which is awesome. I think we have 31 rooms total. So, all right, so that's done. We're gonna glue this down. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue on that because it is all embossed and so bumbly. So there's that. And then our circles here. Now, the ribbon is behind the white layer. So let's just look at this. So this is one thing that Gail always does in class too. She always lays out her pieces, and let's see how things are gonna look. So if my candy cane is over here, fine, that's fine. But my ribbon is gonna come out over here and over here, right? Because then this little label is gonna go here, and then this actually goes over on this side, right? So, all right, let's see here what we should do first. I'm gonna prep this back with tear-in tape. Again, I'm gonna keep some weighting in the wings here. Jeannie Parker. Well, Larry, Brenda's husband, called and scared me, so it got me was putting out some coffee. Okay, you're gonna have coffee and eating ice cream. Shh. Okay, won't tell anybody. All right, we're gonna need extra of this. So we're gonna put this on here, and then one is gonna go opposite to. All right, so let's work on this one, and it's green loop and tail. So loop and tail. And then we're gonna use our tear-in tape back here and trim like that. And we're gonna pick that off and put a little red one right mixed with it. Trim that. It doesn't want to go all the way to that point. There it is, okay? And then, all right, so that's gonna be what I've got. I want it to be that bottom one. Perfect. And now we're gonna do the green. Oh, we gotta pick this off. And coffee with ice cream is great, yes. All right, so I've got a nice looking slant right there. I'm gonna try to make that be, nah, you know what? It's easier to do the loop and the tail. That's a big loop, so we're gonna bring it back, y'all. Okay, and we're gonna trim that. And flip this over. And then we're gonna cut this guy so it looks like it's hanging out. Oh, let's make it a little longer, just in case we need more. Okay, we're gonna cut that off. Prep that back, and then this one. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. We got our candy cane like that. That. Okay, I'm gonna be good with it. So what we're gonna do is prep the back of this with our dimensionals. It looks like I missed putting, I'm just gonna put a little tape right over the top of that. And then this will go on our red circle. The red circle is actually gonna be flat. So let's see here. We gotta get our candy cane. We're gonna pop up. Oh, I didn't even put any dimensionals back here, I'm seeing. So if you want more stability, what you're gonna wanna do is make a double stack here, like the Oreo cookie, right? Because it's already popped up and now it's popped up. It's like it's coming out of the, coming off the edge. So we're gonna just prep that over here as well on there, so it's ready. And let's glue this guy. Put that, got red ribbon everywhere here. Okay, so I'm trying to get this kind of to nestle in this bottom corner here. And then we're gonna pop this and put a little bit of glue right through the middle. Like that. And then this is gonna get popped up with some dimensionals. And then this guy though, he's kind of hanging out. Oh, he needs to get Stella. Let's Stella him really quick. And then there, got the candy cane then too right away. So let's see how this is gonna look good. So it's right kind of hanging out there. And then I'm going to, just for security reasons here, we're gonna give a little glue dot to the back of our our little spriggy thing here. There, cool. Do you have any more of this kit? No, Susan, Sandy Wickliner got my last one. She reached out to me, I think must have been Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. And she was like, do you have any left? I'm like, yep, I have one more just for you. And so, yeah, this one was hot. 56 of this one, you guys, got prepped. And then I had to cut it off. Tammy originally started by prepping for 36. And then I changed it to 48. And then I changed it to 56. And she was like, done. She's like, nope, no more. I'm like, I get it. Makes sense. So, but the PDF, so Susan, the PDF tutorial will be in my online store here either tonight yet or tomorrow. So you can always buy the PDF. What number card are we on? This number right here, Sherry, was number 2. So we just made the last card, but it's card number 2 because I never really go in order of the PDF, you guys. If you know me by now, I just go with whatever I want to, right? But that was number 2, but the last card. And so this is all the farther we're gonna go on it, but for the embellishments, you guys can see I've got a couple here and here and a couple up here. So we got all 4 of our cards made. And so again, you guys, I'm looking on this one. You see how this is? I think what I'm gonna do for securities, thanks for responding, Deb. I appreciate that too. I'm just gonna put a glue dot behind here, and I'm gonna put a glue dot behind here, just to have it stick a little bit better so it's not so flippy floppy. All right, so we did good, you guys. We got 4 cards made. And the goal, though, for all of you, the others that are doing this class live or via the live or in person with me, you're making 16 cards, right? I think I'm going to put another dimensional right here to help that one stay a little bit more secure as well. So we got all 4 of these made tonight, you guys. Again, if it were me doing this class at home, I would do all my 4 stamping at the same time. All my 4 stamping, all my 4 stamping. Stamp everything at 4 at a time, and then stamp your insides. And then when it comes to assembly, like I would glue these 4 down, and then glue these 4 down, and then glue, glue things in like mass quantity, like production line, right? So you guys like the cards, yay! So again, and then at the end, you could go through and just embellish. And you've got that whole pack of embellishments like this. You can go through and just go crazy putting all the embellishments. There's gold, there's white, red, and green. So, yeah. Oh, I was just reading, Deb. Yes, sorry about that. Sending good vibes to you, Jeannie Parker. Yes, definitely agree on that. Always good vibes to you guys. The other thing, too, is you got a whole pack of envelopes. Yeah, I know you only got 16 cards, but when I do a Stamp-A-Stack, I like to provide the Stampin' Up! Envelopes. It is one of the only times that I'll be honest with you guys, I use and go through about 12,000 cards, envelopes, I should say. I do all 12,000 envelopes a year. And the only thing that I don't use in my business when I give you guys out products is I don't use the envelopes from Stampin' Up! I actually use something else that are very similar, but they're not as nice. So when I do a Stamp-A-Stack, I love to include a pack of the Stampin' Up! Whisper White or the Very Vanilla, Basic White, I should say, envelopes. The quality is better, they're silky, they're smooth, they're just premium envelopes. And so that's why I include a full pack. I build that into the class. And it's nice to have extra envelopes. Sometimes you make a mistake on writing them and then you need an extra envelope. This way you've always got some extra envelopes. And so you got a whole pack here, so don't hesitate to go, if you like to decorate your envelopes, stamp your envelopes with matching stamps as well so that they look so awesome and cohesive. So just a note on that, that's why you have a whole pack of envelopes, and then you have your your 2 rolls of ribbon. You can see I just made 4 cards, but you're gonna have plenty of ribbon to make all 16 cards, and you might even have some left over. It just depends how much ribbon you put on. You might not like all the ribbon on all these cards, but it was just an awesome thing to like, oh, you're getting 2 rolls of ribbon. Let's use it on all of the cards. So very, very good. So did you guys have a favorite? I always like to ask that. Oh, Barb loves the candy canes. Yay. So I'm curious. I think if I had to pick one, there's something I love about this one because it brings in the pool party, and pool party is not a traditional like Christmas color per se. So it looks like cotton candy-esque Christmassy to me. So, yeah, and that's exactly it, Cindy. So I talked to Stampin' Up! At Leadership, which was backstage, and I said, like, I would use Stampin' Up! Envelopes if they were at a price point that was a lot more in line. I mean, and that is exactly it. Like, people do throw the envelope away. It's not like the card where people save and cherish cards. I think, like they generally do. They don't throw cards away so fast when they're a handmade card, but the envelope does go. And so I want you guys to see the envelopes and how nice they are. But again, I understand that there's always a place for you to spend your money on stuff. And it's, if you can save a little money on buying other envelopes and buying the other Stampin' Up! Products, you're going to get the quality and love having the cohesiveness of stuff matching with Stampin' Up! Because the quality of their products far surpasses like anything that I know. I mean, I've been using Stampin' Up! Since 2000 for 22 years. And I love just using this product. It's just my favorite. And I've come across other brands, and not to say anything bad about other brands, but I just love Stampin' Up! And I love how you can have this whole suite of products and you could sit down with it and you could just make pretty cards and everything is cohesive about it. So you get what you pay for. And I firmly believe that with everything. And you get more quality and you get good quality with Stampin' Up! So you guys like the triangle one, you like the pocket one, the far right one for Linda. Judy says she loves them all. Deb likes the triangle one. Yay. Jeannie Parker says the last one we did, the green one, is her favorite. Yay. So you guys, it's a whole variety here. So that's awesome. All right, so I have these done for Gail. So she will be very ecstatic, I hope, that her card. So again, I'm not going to do a drawing for this class because I have to give those to Gail. But guess what, you guys? I do have this class right here. So in case you missed it, I did the Sweetest Christmas Sweet class. It was, I think, October 20th. And you guys, I don't have more of this class left, the Stamp-A-Stack, but I do have about 10 sets of this class left. And this class was priced differently. This class, you get 4 cards. They're all the candy canes. If you want to pay for them straight out, it's $23. To have them mailed, $18 for porch pickup. But if you place a $45 minimum order using my current host code, it's either this one or whatever's found on my website, right? It's free with a $45 order. So basically you place your order, as long as it's $45 in products, you can get these 4 kits for free. Or you could pay right out. If you do porch pickup with this class, it's a minimum $30 order. So the difference in the $15 is the profit I get on $15 pays for the postage, basically, for the mailing. So if you are interested in this class, this is, oh, there's a little sequin right there. He doesn't belong there. I bet he belongs, where does he belong? Oh, he belongs on the mistletoe card. I was missing that. Okay, that makes sense to me now. So these cards, again, I have about 10 left of this class. I have the winners though here. So that's why I'm like, oh, I have this class available. So on the backs over here, I was able to draw the names for the winners of these cards. So drum roll. Da, 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 da. Okay, winner, chicken dinner of this pretty candy cane card is Elizabeth Fisher. Yay, Elizabeth. Da, 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 da. This card goes to Susan Bellamy. Yay, Susan. I have your address. I have Elizabeth's address. And I believe I have your address, Susan. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes. Da, 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 da. Winner, chicken dinner is Linda Hunt. Yay, Linda. You got that card. And last but certainly not least, da, 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 da. Winner, chicken dinner is Penny Powell. Yay, girls. I think I have all of your addresses. I think I do. Susan, you've gotten something from me in the past, so I'm pretty sure that I have your address. So, yay to you guys. Again, if you loved the candy canes tonight and you want to get a class, this could be your class, right? So they're different, but they're similar, right? So you can see that these cards are very similar, but they're different. And the same colors, and right, this one uses that cool die cut. So they're different, but they're very similar. So if you think you missed out on the candy cane Stamp-A-Stack, you didn't miss out on getting the sweet class, okay? So still have those available. So yay to those ladies. All right, so let's pull up our list. Again, here's the PDF. Let's get that out of the way. I've got a pile of stuff over here. So we also have to do a door prize. Oh, I got things flying everywhere. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so how we're gonna do the door prize drawing for this one is there's 37 of you guys that did the online class. So that's what we're gonna do the door prize drawing for. Everybody paid the same for this class. So we're putting everybody in the online class in here. And the reason I do the door prizes for, I don't know if anybody ever thought about this. Oh, you're very welcome, Linda. I do door prize for my online people. I draw a name to win a prize, and I do it for online and not in person because I look at it as the people that are coming in person to a class with me, they get to use my ink and my stamps. And that's like a little bit about coming in person is that you get to use my stuff. And when you guys are online, you have to supply your own stamps and your own ink. And so that's why I do the extra little door prize drawing for those that are online with me versus I don't do a door prize generally for those in person. So I kind of look at it that way. So so I had 37 people that did this class with me online. And so I'm going to do a random number generator and we'll see who gets a door prize. And the door prize that I do always gets mailed out with the next class that you do. I do not mail them separately. And so it would have to be in with your next class. So usually, I don't have many that are sitting here. I only have 3 people that are waiting for prizes. And when they get their next class with me, then they'll have it. So Chris, I just got your email about the different email address for the PDF. So I will try the other email address for you when I get done here. So let's flip this back down. And we had 37 people. So we're going to do generate number 21. 21, where are you? 21. You guys, it was all a hot mess. 21 is Latokia. Oh, dear's calling me here. Okay, so Latokia, if you're still watching, you were number 21. So yay to you for being 21. So you have a door prize. All right, and then I have here, so in the monthly creative challenge, we had Dar, Deb, Sherry, Tracy, Kathy, Mary, Millie, Anna, Lori, and Laura, and Vicky. So we had 10 people. So here's how it works, you guys. I have a monthly creative challenge, and so whoever submits their card, you get your name in for the drawing once, and then I have a prize for you if you get your name picked. And so we had 10 people for the monthly creative challenge, and we had, I think, 7 for the class card challenge, which the class card challenge is if you completed your cards with me, or if you paid for the class or you got the class free with a minimum order, I really want you guys to make your cards, right? So I love to see that you made them. And what happens is if you share for the current month or the previous month, then you get your name in for the drawing. So yay, so that's what my class card challenge is always about. And it's the first thing that's always pinned at the top are my challenges. And the monthly has its own link and the class card has its own link. And so the pin that's saved at the top shows you those links for you to put your cards into. So yay to that. Okay, so we had 10 people and we're gonna hit generate. Number 10 is Vicky Tillett. All right, Vicky, you're the winner of a door prize. And we had Dar, Francis, Mary, Barb, Deb, Karen, Hildy, and Angela that did for the class card challenge. So that was 7 people. So we're gonna hit generate. Number 5, Karen Wetstein, lucky duck girl. All right, so Karen has a door prize. Yay. All right, so I realize now that I did not do the newsletter drawing and I have the names on my daily calendar, which I believe is in the house. So when I write the newsletter, you can watch to see who the winner of the newsletter. Oh, actually, I'll do the drawing before I do the post. So every, Friday morning. What is today? Friday. So tomorrow morning, you guys will see a post of who the winners of for the week are, and the newsletter winner will be announced in that too. And the newsletter winner wins a $10 gift certificate towards product with me. So, $10 of any Stampin' Up! Product, and it's always been that way. So I always do it that way. It doesn't get used for a class fee, so it's always product. The other thing though we're gonna do for the drawing is YouTube subscribers. I think we have 89 people. One lucky winner is gonna get to pick a bundle from the list that's on the graphic. And I think if you guys are curious what that graphic looks like, I always do that. Hang on. So we're gonna go here to Cards by Christine. There was a graphic. I'm gonna pull it up here real quick. And it is, we gotta go here to me. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. So this is my page, you guys, on Facebook. There's a pinned post up here. So on October 6th, here's the post, and it is right here, YouTube subscribers. You click on the link, and I have it right here. Choice of Daffodil Daydream, Flowering Tulips, Waves of Inspiration, or Nature's Prince. So I believe that those are still the choices. So the winner of this drawing will get to pick from that. And so we're gonna put 89 in here. Are you guys ready? We need a big drum roll. Yay, okay, here we go, 89. Who's gonna win? Number 23, Tina Alchin. Okay, I have never really ever remembered Tina. Not to say that I don't, but I usually remember almost everybody that I've ever corresponded with, or like for my business, right? Or had a class with. But Tina, if you're watching, I think you might be new to me, but you did subscribe to my newsletter channel, my YouTube channel. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double check that you are subscribed, because that was the first requirement, is actually being subscribed. So I'm gonna go check to make sure you're subscribed. If Tina is subscribed and I can connect with her to pick out, have her pick out which she won, then she will be the winner of a bundle. But I'm gonna do a second place, right? And the second place will get a runner-up prize from me, embellishment or a ribbon, something from my stash, something that's current. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. And if for some reason Tina and I don't connect, or something happens that, it doesn't work for her, that she doesn't want anything, then this runner-up would get the first dibs. So we're gonna go back to having 89 here, and we're gonna hit generate. 89, wow. Okay, Gail Seawick. All right, so Gail would be the runner-up. So, and if I connect with Tina, Tina would win a bundle, and then Gail will win something else. And if I don't connect, or Tina doesn't reach out to me or claim her prize, then I will reach out to Gail and see what she would pick, okay? So yay, all right. And then if you guys are watching, I'll have a post in the morning for who the winners are, and I'll have the newsletter winner for October published on that post as well, so you guys can see who the winners are there. So I heard Tyler just come home, so I'm gonna go check on him. So 2 hours and 42 minutes, you guys. We started at quarter after. What is it? It's 7 o'clock. Okay, so I don't know if Chris is still watching, but Carissa, I'll be off of here in a few minutes. If you need to chat about something I need to bring, let me know. But so I'm heading out to Boston tonight, you guys. So I'm gonna be actually working on stuff with Carissa tonight. We're gonna be working on He's the Man cards and Joyful Flurry cards for December. Yay! Yeah. So it should be good. We have a one-day retreat tomorrow in Boston. I actually get to sit back and make somebody else's cards tomorrow. So this is going to be very exciting for me. Usually I'm the one that's always prepping stuff for everybody else. So I looked at it as like, I want to sit and partake in somebody else's event and have somebody else do all the work for me. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. RN. So RN, you're subscribed and on your list. I don't know who you are, RN. RN, I said this maybe like 2 weeks ago too. I see your name come in as RN, but I don't know who RN is. I guessed Ruth Nicholson, but I think Ruth Nicholson's name comes up. So RN, I needed you to tell me who you are, because when I see your initials, I don't know who you are. I know that you're watching and you're commenting, but RN to me means registered nurse. So I don't know, like in my head, if it was Becky Christensen or not, but I don't know if like, I don't know. I didn't put together who you are. So I can't even begin to check if you're on the list. And what I did to get the people on the list, you guys, you had to comment. So what I did is on that post that I just showed you, so on this list right here that I just showed you, I literally took everybody's name of these comments. I copied and pasted everybody's name and put it into a Word document and got rid of all the yibby jibby stuff that was in the middle. And then that left me with the names. And so I can't tell you if your name is on this list or not. If you didn't comment in there, it definitely wasn't in there, but I don't even know you have to help me out, RN. So the struggle is real here. So thanks, Mary. See, Ruth Nicholson just commented, have a good weekend. So I know that RN is not Ruth Nicholson, but those are the same initials Ruth has. So, but I knew it wasn't Ruth. So I will have a great weekend, you guys. And then on Sunday, we're going to be in here from 10 until 3. We have 14 people, each potentially making 16 cards. So we're going to have a lot of card making activities going on Sunday, and then back at it Monday from 10 to 2 with the second set of people. Oh, well, I should say actually the third set of people, but the second set for in person. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, and then on Tuesday, you guys, Mom and I are planning to kit up Let's Just Stamp and November monthly card class. No, RN, you're not going to be able to private message me on YouTube. I don't know how to do it either, but what you need to do is text me here or email me here and tell me who you are. You don't have to do it on YouTube, or you don't even have to write your name here. And you're gonna have to tell me too, like, because I never want to like say your name out loud if you're trying to stay private, right? I get it. So, so Cindy just said you can email me or you can text me, absolutely. But if you don't ever want me to say your name out loud, I will continue to say RN, right? Like, I don't ever want to like put anybody out that, that's not my intention either. So, yay, thanks, Carmen. I definitely will. On Tuesday, Mom and I are gonna be kitting up those two classes. So if you need to get on the class list for either of those classes, please let me know, hopefully by Tuesday. I am prepping, I think I have 37 signed up for Let's Just Stamp, and we're making 48. So I still have a little bit of wiggle room, and monthly, I think we have about 10 left over too. So, but again, they're great Christmas cards. If you need to see any of them, go to my website, Cards by Crispy, go to the calendar of events. November 14th is Let's Just Stamp, and November 17th is the monthly class, and November 10th is Lights Aglow. November 21st is Ink, Paper, Scissors. So again, we're getting to 10 or less of each class left. So, all right. So I think that's it, you guys. I'm gonna skedaddle, and you guys have a great rest of your evening. Have a great weekend ahead. Lots of love and hugs to you guys. I was looking at Elaine's comment. Love and hugs, you guys. We'll talk to you in the near future. Hey, you know what? What I might do tomorrow is do a little bit of a Facebook Live from where I'm at tomorrow, because there's going to be displays and stuff going on. So I might be able to do that tomorrow. So I might do an impromptu ad hoc little live with you guys. So